Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgmo, people. Welcome to another stream. Spurs are serious about the top four. We'll talk to Will about that, of course. Now, Man United dropped 2 points, or is it Chelsea that dropped in 2 points? We'll be joined by Ahmed and Winter Surfer in a second. Of course, they are late a little bit. Big up everybody that joined us from El Ahwa, people. Spurs are serious. Man United, I don't know if people are thinking they are back or something. I don't know. There's a lot of people are saying that Man United deserved the win and Chelsea were really underperforming in this game. Hit that like button, people, if you just joined us. I want to know what is this talk about the Spurs now. 2 points behind title contenders Arsenal. I think Spurs at the current moment, they have better defense and better offense than Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Spurs have the same defense and better offense than Arsenal. So big up everybody that is here with us. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you are here with us. Listen, big up everybody that joined us, of course. Still the crew of Al joining us. If you're watching this in the replay, hit that like button. Of course, Man United Chelsea was a boring game, but it told me a lot about where Man United are and where Chelsea are. A little bit less about Man United, more about Chelsea in big games. Hit that like button, people, if you're here. And let's start. How are you, Will? How's today? How are you feeling?
Doing good, feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. Enjoyed the football for Spurs game. Did not enjoy the Man United game, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, your game was much better.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's to be honest with you, it's kind of, I'm finding, a lack of things to talk about with Spurs because every single week is exactly the same. We either score or we don't. First half, created opportunities but couldn't finish chances. Second half, we finished chances. That's the difference.
To be honest with you, but Brennan Johnson, revival of Brennan Johnson, you have to respond to that. Where do you rate your team? Some of the players, Youngmin Son, I texted you. Youngmin Son was absolutely amazing. Youngmin Son in that goal, left foot, phenomenal, fantastic, amazing. Youngmin Son.
Yeah, we've been missing Son quite a bit. I think this was he played 50 something minutes today. Hasn't played in a while. Was back for one game, scored a couple goals or had a goal and an assist. Came back to this, was out for a couple of weeks. Came back for this one, had an assist. He's definitely, the best option that we have there on that left-hand side. Although when Richarlison came on for him, didn't look too horrible. Set up Solanke for one of his goals and then went off injured again. So Richarlison's going to be out again. That guy can't stay fit. It was good to see Dominic Solanke finally get a couple of goals. Even though he hasn't scored a whole lot of goals, I haven't had a whole lot of complaints with how he's playing. He does a really good job holding the ball up. And then pressing wise too, on the defensive side of the game, does a really good job. Also to Brennan Johnson, the goal I guess you could say you could give him props for the run, but if he doesn't finish that, then should he really be playing football at all?
Yeah, but to be honest, he was so good.
He's been playing better.
He's good. He's very good. It's not only that he's been much, much better than before, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely better than before, because I guess you could say before he was missing all of his chances and now he's, getting 1 out of 3. So I guess that's not horrible, but I'd still like to see better shot quality from him. Look, I've never had a problem with his play on the wing as far as build up and making runs and his speed, taking on a man. He's always been good at that. My only complaint against Brennan Johnson was his ability to finish, and at least now he's being somewhat consistent with it. It just needs to keep happening, right?
Yeah. Big up everybody that is here, guys, that joined from Al Ahwa crew. Hit that like button, people, if you're here. Has HUSAM finished Al Ahwa? Actually, don't know. Is Al Ahwa finished, guys?
I don't know.
I think
I haven't.
HUSAM
I
is
just
finished.
turned it off.
Big up everybody that's here. Hit that like, guys. Let's get to 300 likes. I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to first to get Sheikh. Sheikh, it's your first time here. Big up my guy. If you guys don't know, Sheikh is the A-listers guy, of course, with HUSAM's channel. Ziad is going to be joining us to talk about Chelsea as well. You're looking at this Spurs team, Sheikh, before I go to and people in the chat. I want you guys, why do people underrate them so much? Why do people say that they're not that good?
Because they're Spurs. That's why.
I was gonna say exactly that. It's just they're Spurs at the end of the day. I think he said it originally. He said he doesn't know what it's gonna be. It's it's either they score goals or they don't. I was surprised to see the result 4-1 for sure, especially considering that
they smashed them, bro.
And then second half, Villa had a complete capitulation. And credit to Spurs, Dominic Solanke scoring, good goal from him. The first goal that he scored, very good goal from him, good finish. And then just cruise towards the rest of the game. So that's the thing with Spurs now. How are they gonna set up in the next game? How do they approach the next game? And it's just you go from there. Honestly, that's really what I could say about Spurs.
Yeah, the frustrating thing about Tottenham is that we'll always play the same, right? We'll always play football. The build-up play, the number of chances that we create is the same every single game. But it's just a matter of whether we finish those chances or not. That's the only thing. And that is just comes down to the quality of the people that we have playing in the front line and are they consistent or not. The only player that's been playing with absolute consistency for me, and again, I think was amazing today, was Kulusevski.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, when we first got him, it was a really good signing, and he played in the midfield for a while, and he was really good for that. But then for whatever reason, they started to put him out on the wing. But I'm just really glad that Postecoglou, no matter how many injuries we got, no matter what substitutes he makes, he's not moving Kulusevski out wide and he's leaving him in the middle, because he's been, if we're going to see a consistent run of results, he's going to be the guy that helps us get there. It would be great to have Son back.
What is the target for Spurs this season?
It's got to be wingers. For me, it's got to be
target
wingers.
in the league. In the league, what is the target from the league?
Oh, what's our target in the league?
Yeah, top 4. want to say?
With top four for sure. That's definitely an easy target. I would like to see us move.
Hold
up.
on. Top four is an easy target now.
Yeah, we'll be in contention for top four come the end of the season, guaranteed.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth or fifth for me is a minimum. We have a squad that I think that can compete with the top three. Not necessarily push towards the top of the table, but definitely be in and around point total wise of third place. But it's only if that consistency kicks in, right? The problem right now is our consistency in scoring. Defensively, I didn't think that we had a bad game defensively, even in that first half. That the only goal that we conceded was from a Vicario blunder. He went to ground and didn't need to, and just basically rolled around on the floor and act like, somebody elbowed him in the face or something. I don't know what his problem was with on that corner.
The corners.
Ben Davies, I thought he played well when he came on. I don't know why Christian Romero went off. Was he injured? I'm kind of
He's injured. He was injured.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually good, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he had one of the. I guess you could say he had a little bit of a shaky game, but I don't know how we're gonna play if it's just Dragusin. I thought Dragusin had a good game.
Dragusin and Ben Davis. You played better with Dragusin and Ben Davis. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think it's because they kind of have to. They're not fast or mobile enough to really get around the pitch.
And that game, and Ange Postecoglou adapted and adjusted everything in the game to accommodate for them too. And
yeah, but I mean,
surprise.
Villa had,
you won 4.
Yeah, Villa had what? One shot.
Huh?
One shot on target in the first half and none in the second half. So, I mean, it's not like there was a huge difference between the two. And then that one shot.
No. In the second half, you completely changed the way you play because the transition, the spaces were there for your players. You dropped the line a little bit, bro. He made changes and he changed personnel to adapt to Ben Davis, which is what we've been asking for. And you had spaces on the transition. And, bro, it was very obvious what happened in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we let them have the ball a little bit more too, right? So, I mean, Villa had a little bit more of the. We let Villa have a little bit more of the ball in the second half.
Exactly.
I mean, we were up by a lot, so it didn't really.
Yeah, but that's something that he doesn't do all the time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it wasn't really until after the third goal that we really started giving them possession, right? So, but yeah, no, I mean, you can't complain, but this is the way Spurs are going to play. If you notice, and it's not a coincidence at all. Look at every game that we've won, and we've won by 3 or more goals. Look at every game that we've lost, and we've lost by 1 goal. Every game this season.
Listen, to be honest with you, I'm watching Spurs and it's very good. We're going to talk about Chelsea, guys. We're going to talk about Man United. Just wanted to get Spurs out of the way. I'm going to ask Ziad and guys, there's over 300 people here. Can we get the likes to 200, guys? We're not even on 100 likes. Hit that like button, people, if you are here. Hit that like button if you're subscribed, if you're new people. Who has an easier job, Arteta to make Arsenal scoring or Ange to fix Tottenham defense? If Tottenham fixes the defense, they can finish above Arsenal.
Yeah, because Arteta did have Arsenal scoring last season and he's changed it. So it's his own fault that they're not scoring. Do you know what I mean? So he had them scoring all last season. So it's Arteta's
So you agree with this?
Yeah, and just got a tougher job with
tougher or easier job?
Oh, sorry.
Who has an easier job? Ange to fix the Tottenham defense or Arteta to get Arsenal scoring again?
I think Arteta has an easier job. He's chosen to go this way, more defensive this season than he has done last season. I think Arteta's got an easier job. The Spurs are now could be without the first choice centre back partnership, or at least the next upcoming couple of games. It could be. Romero looked like he limped off and he was holding. I don't know if he's holding a toe or like the metal.
It might just be a knock.
Yeah.
It's the foot.
But what I'm saying is,
hopefully it's not a broken bone.
Because the defense is a bit
might be a hairline fracture if people know what that is.
But the centre back partnership didn't look comfy today when they first started. Maybe because it was imbalanced or something like that. But it just didn't look comfortable, like balance wise. So I think
I want to ask a question.
And Romero, kind of a similar type of a player.
Yeah,
They
didn't blend. They didn't blend as much. So it was, but Arteta's stepped away from. They were scoring loads of goals last season Arsenal. So he's chosen to go this way. And just
Thank you for
I'm
very good super chat, to be honest, which is I'm gonna just do this. Salmani, thank you, Habibi. Spurs took total control in the last 20 minutes, but Sar was top-notch quality hole. Are Spurs as good as what we saw today, Ziad? Are Spurs as good as what we saw today? Did you see the game? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I think Spurs are just
Are they
inconsistent.
as good? Because, do you know,
they're better.
a lot of people predicted them to be 9th, 7th, 8th, stuff like that.
Yeah, but why?
Are they as good?
No, not 8th,
The
9th.
team that we
Come on,
watched
man.
today is not an 8th position team. It's not. Dismantling Aston Villa like this is not an easy job. By the way, remember, Spurs went to Old Trafford and won 3, which is we're going to talk about. Chelsea didn't go to Old Trafford. When yes, it was Ten Hag. Spurs showed character in a lot of games. Today's game is a reflection of character. 1-0 down at home. Everyone is restless. You make changes. Madison on the bench. You sub Son out because he's injured. You still win 4-1. It's the end.
I mean, listen, we saw glimpses of it last season with Spurs. Yes, they didn't win the league, but a lot of Spurs fans got excited, said they were going to win the league and they were going to do well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs go on and challenge for a top 4 or go far in a cup, because we saw signs of a good team and shown signs that Ange is building a good team. And they added to it with Madison, with a player I rate, you know, and then the defense is only getting better. So listen, now it's going to be tough for them because of the injuries in the defense. But apart from that, I'm as respectful as possible. I think I don't see them going, you know, beyond top 4, but I don't see them dropping below top 4 in a crazy fashion. I think they've reached their level of top 4, or that's about it. I don't see them going any higher than that, really.
But
Can I ask you something? Can Chelsea get 3rd or Villa get 3rd?
Not Villa, absolutely not.
They're all in that same race. All 3 teams are in that race.
The question.
I think one of them will drop
4th,
off, though.
5th.
Yes. So the top 3 are reserved.
I think,
So
yeah.
5. I think. Well, you say that.
Arsenal's do it.
If we
What?
beat Arsenal next week,
And that's why, like, people
They're
are
fifth
afraid.
right now.
Are we
It's too early, man. It's
afraid
too early,
of
man.
having? I'm seriously, guys. Let me.
Wait, are
just be
you
honest.
talking about Forest now in the top 3? Is that what you're talking about?
Are we afraid? Not Forest. Are we
I told you
afraid
they're playing good
of
football this year, though.
having? Are we afraid of having this conversation?
No.
What, of
Because
Arsenal
everyone is
being in the
afraid-
top
yeah.
4
I'm
race?
not.
No.
It's
you
too
can have
early,
this-
man.
you
It's
can
too
have
early,
it. You
man.
can have
Come
it.
on, man.
But that's
No,
the whole
have it.
point. It is too early.
Top 3 is certified right now, man. Let's be real.
It's certified. Arsenal, Liverpool, City.
Yeah.
Why?
a
Because they're
conversation.
Arsenal and
If
they
we
did it.
beat-
They finished well last season,
It's
but they're
'cause
not
it's
playing
too
well
early to
this
say
season.
otherwise. It's too
If
early
we
to say
beat-
otherwise, man.
If we beat Arsenal next week, I think a conversation about whether we're in a top 4 race has to happen.
Oh,
And
come
people
on,
in the
Surfer,
chat, let
man.
me know
We
if
would still be
Arsenal
in,
lose. Okay, let's put this.
November.
Let's put this into
think
the
that's
chat,
fair.
which is very simple. Okay, very simple. Who's here expecting Chelsea to win against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge? Can we get votes? Ziad? It's
I would
more
say-
likely outcome. More likely outcome.
No.
Draw, I
You-
think, is the
draws
most
are more
likely
likely.
outcome.
I think
outcome.
draw, loss, win.
I think Chelsea
draw-
actually has a better chance of winning right now than Arsenal does. I think Arsenal's best hope is a draw, and that's because Arsenal is having a hard time scoring goals. Like even today, did you ever even see him really test Newcastle's or yesterday?
Yesterday,
Did you see-
No,
they had that
they had one
Rice-
shot
they
on
had that
target.
Rice-
They had
Rice
that
that-
one
that-
cross
Declan
far
Rice's
post.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had to say the same. I'm noticing the same part with Chelsea. I can't remember last time we would really threaten the goalkeeper that much. Onana today was chilling. He was
It was
chilling
the last
there.
game against Newcastle.
Mhm.
So if
Well,
you
okay,
end
a
on a
home game
draw and
against
Aston Villa,
Newcastle.
but that also, even if Chelsea end on a draw at the Bridge, okay, that questions have to be asked. To be honest, that would be 11
They're
games.
beating us. They should be beating us.
Okay, if they are title contenders, with
They
all due
should
respect,
be.
losing
Yeah.
Newcastle, losing to Bournemouth, you should go to the Bridge and aim for the win.
Right.
You cannot have 4 games in the league where you have 2 points. That is just unacceptable, in my opinion. And we're gonna talk. We'll talk about Arsenal, to be honest with you, but it's that Spurs thing today. When Spurs play today, I will never back Spurs again until they do it. I said that many times. I won't do it. Will it's just for me. I'm afraid to do it, bro. You call me crazy. You call me I believe in the Spursy thing. I just don't. I'm not gonna back Spurs until you get it over the line. If Spurs get top 4 this season, get the Champions League and finish behind whatever top 3 are going to finish, I'm going to start believing more. Of course, if you get 3, if you win Europa League, if you win a cup, Otherwise, I've seen this movie too many times over the past 15 years or 12
Yeah.
years.
I thought last season was the worst table position that this team under this system could finish.
How? You still can finish. You
How?
finish
'Cause
fifth.
the
You can
whole-
finish
we
seventh.
hardly won a game in the entire second half.
Yeah,
of
but hold on. Chelsea can finish ahead of you. Villa can finish ahead of you. That by itself makes you lower than last season.
No, I'm talking about we finished fifth last season, and the way that we
Yeah.
play football and the way that the quality of the players that we have, minus the quality of the players we don't have, that was the worst point total that we could this team with this manager and this system could finish at. Right?
Yeah.
Only place from here is up. The more players we add to our squad, the better, the more consistent results that we get, the higher and higher we'll climb up the table. We're not finishing any lower than fifth this season.
The object would be to.
Hold, this is wild, but fine.
Well, I think
This is so
they're-
wild. You know
But
why
no,
this is
I
so
think-
wild? Because I believe Spurs, Newcastle, I'm putting Newcastle there, Chelsea, and Villa are in that mix. So
I'm not
anybody
ready-
can finish anywhere. Anyone can finish anywhere. The reason why, when Newcastle get Botman back in the January, in December, they have no Europe. Newcastle can battle for top 4 as well, and they
I'm
have
not
the quality
convinced.
in
I'm still
Eastern.
not convinced. I'm still not convinced in Newcastle.
But that's fine. But that's you can be not convinced. But Newcastle are there. One game a week,
Man.
definitely can be there.
Oh, they should be.
I'm not. Maybe
Well,
they have
should
the
be. They
lowest
should be.
one.
They
And
should be
United,
there.
people say United. I don't. Anybody here think United are in that top 4 race at all?
No, you're asking a
Anyone?
lot.
No,
You're
I don't
asking
think
a
we're
lot.
there.
You're asking
I
a
don't
lot
think
from
we're there,
Newcastle.
yeah.
I think you're asking a lot from Newcastle and maybe even Villa to go all the way till May and challenging for the top 4 or top 5.
No, I'd still include Villa. You still have to include. I know they got battered by Spurs.
Oh
today,
my
but you
God,
still
we're
have
gonna
to
talk
include
about United now. The people in the chat that are crying already about United. We're gonna talk about United. We're gonna talk about Chelsea again. Stop crying in the chat. If me hating United does not cloud my judgment, Nottingham Forest are not in top 4 race. Stop the cap.
Mo, we're very close to Christmas, Mo. You know what I mean? They could still be
But
there.
I want to, before we move on to the Chelsea, the players at Spurs that Ange Postecoglou have gotten a tune out of: Brennan Johnson, Solanke, Kulusevski, Tar, Bentancur, even Bissouma. Udogie this season has been worse than last season, the only one, to be honest with you. Pedro Porro looked good. That's credit only to the manager. And people here are asking me, Mo, who would you take at Inter? Arteta, Inter, Ange, or Arteta? I would take Arteta, to be honest, at the current moment. I'll take Arteta still. I still haven't. You think Ange Postecoglou is better than Mikel Arteta?
Yeah.
Bro, Mikel Arteta took over a team that is shit garbage, changed the whole team, got them challenging 2 seasons in a row, toe-to-toe with City. Anybody here disagree with this take?
No, what you said is fact because he
Yeah,
did.
but
It's
they
a
won
fact.
nothing.
I mean, that's what
Won
happened on the
nothing.
That's
And
the
table.
spend
question.
800 million. And spend
That's not the
800
question.
million.
He just said who would you take?
Ange spent
That's the
400
thing.
million as well.
No, but look,
but if I had
Mo,
Inter's
we're
players,
now
I would
having
rather-
conversations of this same Arteta that you're talking about now being in a top 4 race. That whether we can have this conversation or not. The same Arteta that we're hyping, who's changed Arsenal, this and that, who in 5 years got them to compete and all that stuff. 1-0 though, and now we're having talks of him being in a top 4 race.
Yeah, like,
after
how is
all of
Arteta
the
any
5
better than
years.
Pochettino? Back.
Yeah.
At the current moment, he's not, because Pochettino took over Spurs, literally got into a Champions League final and
Hey,
got
come
them
on.
champions. Yeah.
Had him challenging for the league. We're
How
going
many-
toe to
how many
toe with
times did
Chelsea or
Pochettino do
whoever
it?
was up there.
By the way, Ziad, I'm going to tell you, Champions League final, he competed 1 year when he became second or something like this in the Leicester City year. And by the way, it is much harder, Ziad, to make Spurs a contender and go to the Champions League final, beating City and beating Ajax with that Ten Hag team, than fixing Arsenal Football Club with the budget. Remember, he wasn't backed with that much money, Pochettino.
Yeah,
No,
never
forget
spent
about
800
Pochettino
million.
today.
I already
Ziad.
told you.
I know that you think but forget
Think
about
so?
Pochettino today. You need to think about Pochettino when he took over Spurs. That Pochettino from Southampton.
No, but I already told you last stream that I think Arteta's overachieving because I don't really rate their squad. I don't think their squad is that good.
I like Arteta. I think Arteta
You've got to give him a
is
bit of
better
credit.
than
They
Poch.
didn't
If you ask
strengthen in
me.
the summer. They didn't
He-
strengthen. In the
I
summer. They
like
got
Arteta.
Sterling.
I like Arteta a lot, right? Tada, Arsenal. I don't know. Tada, Arsenal.
Plus, Arteta's helped build that.
Now,
squad.
granted-
I don't think Ange has helped. Look, I don't think Ange has much say in the signings at Spurs. Arteta's helped build that squad. He
Yeah,
just refuses to
he's
use it.
handpicked it.
Yeah,
I think that Arteta, I guess you could say Poch. I would say Poch arguably had a better squad than Arteta's got now. I think with Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Yan and Toby, Rose in his prime, Dembele,
Walker.
Wanyama. I think that's probably a better team than this Arsenal team. Even Kyle Walker even playing, although Kyle Walker was only there for a couple of years under Pochettino.
Lloris was decent.
Lloris was a good deal.
Yeah, Lloris was at least playing good at that time. So I mean, arguably, I guess you could say Poch had probably a better team.
It's the same though. It's the same. It's the same squad issues though, isn't it? Like with Ange's.
Yeah, no doubt.
Can I ask you guys
very
something?
good.
If Pochettino takes over this squad, would he have done with Arsenal what Arteta did?
Now,
No.
maybe Poch, the hungry Poch coming out of Southampton, maybe.
This Poch, no, Poch is not evolved.
Yeah,
He's not evolved.
he
a dinosaur.
Poch is
Back in the day,
lost
probably,
some
yeah.
of his fighting spirit.
Talk about
He turned Chelsea
Ange,
around the
though.
end of last season, so I mean,
with Ange, guys, with Ange, is there a scenario where he gets sacked after this season?
and
No.
Yeah, even if he finishes 6th, 7th, 8th, not a trophy.
It would have to be a very disappointing into the
I'd
Yeah,
say
it would have
depends
to be.
where
like
they
loss
finish.
after loss
Depends
after
where they
loss.
finish. Yeah.
It would have to be like
and it would
that.
depend on like who we bought in January. Like if they go out,
Can I ask
and spend-
something? Let me ask something related to that. Who's better team, Chelsea or Tottenham Hotspur?
Chelsea.
our starting
Currently-
11's better. They have better depth.
Chelsea, I would say Chelsea. Yeah.
So if
Chelsea
Ange
top four.
Postecoglou has more experience than Maresca, has a better starting 11, should he not finish higher than Maresca? And by the way, Maresca doesn't rotate in the league. Maresca has two teams, a team that plays in the Cups and a team plays in the league.
I think they
People in the
should-
chat, who has a better team? And I'm not saying depth. And by the way, we saw the depth of Chelsea when they went and played Newcastle in the Cup. Who should finish higher on paper, Spurs or Chelsea? Ange, second season, more experience than Maresca, has a better starting 11, has way more experience in Solanke, Son, Romero, Bissouma. These are more experienced players. Madison. Kulusevski's even experienced because he played for Juventus before. Why there is
I
no
don't think
pressure
they've
on
got- I don't
Spurs?
think they've
Let
got
me
a
ask the question now. People in the chat as well. Why there is not as much pressure on Ange as there is pressure on Maresca? Ziad, to you, you say Maresca should finish top 4 and get a trophy, right? A cup,
Mm.
right?
It's just
Why
because
there is pressure from you?
the expectation from Chelsea is much higher. It's just that Chelsea are expected to win trophies. It might sound harsh, but it's the reality is Chelsea have already had 2 to 3 years of bad season, not performing, not achieving anything. So it doesn't matter how inexperienced or what squad you've got, you're walking in, you need to achieve something. Whereas with Spurs, they don't really win much, and then even the top 4, if they achieve that, it becomes a good achievement, and especially if they
I
add a
don't
trophy
think-
to it.
I don't think the problem is that I think Spurs. I don't know if Will agrees. I think Spurs fans will always have the handicap of Daniel Levy, restricting their ambitions.
Oh, he spent money. He got them Solanke.
No. I just think when he needs to spend money and how he spends money, it's not. It's very weird sometimes that when he chooses to spend money and how he spends money. Do you know what I mean? Like we're still talking about, even from last season, that their squad in areas is still not filled out properly. Do you know what I mean?
Like we don't even have like a backup left back.
I mean, you're playing
do.
Davis. You're playing Davis at left centre back. Do you know
No,
what
I mean Ben Davies is
He was
not.
good today.
Ben Davies plays center back. He's playing a backup as a center back, and when he plays the left back, he's completely not fit for this system. He doesn't have pace.
Isn't
He
it
can't drop
Jet
inside.
Spence is there? Isn't Spence there?
Yeah, but Jet Spence is
He's never going to be
is a bum that we shouldn't have bought in the first place. But we don't have a backup for right back either. We're playing Gray in that position, and he's a 18-year-old, center defensive mid. We don't have quality in the wings. Like there's still a lot of work squad wise that this team needs. We need another quality. We need another speedy, pacey, left-footed or left-sided center back. I mean, Ben Davies can pull a shift there, but once if we continue to play a high line or anything like that, Ben Davies is going to get twisted at some point.
So the problem is the squad is not the first 11.
So, for example, an injury crisis is going to affect Tottenham way more than it would affect Chelsea, in my opinion, right? But I don't think Chelsea has the quality that we have in our starting 11. Like our back line is better than theirs.
Our goalkeeper's horrendous.
Yeah, our goalkeepers is
our goalkeeper is not Sanchez, but he's also a bozo as well. Like
Vicario. But I would take Vicario over Sanchez every day.
Yeah, Vicario is a really good shot stopper. It's just anytime, I don't know what it is, but he is afraid of corners, and the way he acts on set pieces,
he panics.
He could literally just stand there and probably do better than what he does when he actually tries to play. Like even against Manchester City, when you just see him come out to try to punch that ball and basically like fall over as he's doing it and barely like you can't. Whenever the ball is in his, in the box for any kind of set piece, it's always like a nail biter. It's so, one-on-one, like if a guy's coming at him or something like that, I'm not scared. If it's a shot from outside the box, I'm not scared. If it's a penalty or anything like that, I'm really not even that scared. Any set piece that we have, it's always like no. He just cannot goalkeep set pieces whatsoever.
These two clubs' goalkeepers, there are number 2s in other clubs that are better than these two's first choice goalkeepers. These teams, I honestly believe that in the league. Like I think Ortega and Chesle are better than these two clubs' goalkeepers. And
I think when it comes to
Ortega no. Chesle yes. Ortega no.
Playing out of the back, though, and I think that's where Chelsea. It really hurts Chelsea is they really struggle to play out of the back, and they're going to give away a lot of
Fofana. The problem is Fofana.
Errors.
The problem with them is Fofana. But to be honest with you, you have two midfielders that can ball out any defense in terms of playing out of the back, Lavia and Caicedo. When we talk about the game, there is something that I haven't said on MHF or on Al Ahwa that I took a note of today that is ridiculous. Every single Chelsea player have so much confidence in Caicedo and Lavia that even if the opposition is 1 or 2 yards next to them, they pass them the ball. That doesn't happen often in football, by the way. It happens to the Rodris. It happens to the Bernardo Silvas. Lavia and Caicedo have something that nobody has, which is both of them next to each other can receive the ball under pressure and be very composed.
And you got to remember that they've only really started playing with Lavia this season.
And that is what you know who has this? Bissouma. Do you know the difference? Bissouma makes mistakes. That's the difference.
We don't have a problem playing out the back. We've gone against teams that press really, really well, and we've never really like fell to the press or had a hard time playing out of the back. The only person that I've seen make mistakes playing out of the back is Udogie. Can you think of another Spurs player who's made an error?
He's not that guy.
Right, but I mean, he played in last season. He played in Arsenal twice in one game, or he'll do these passes back to the goalkeeper that are like, soft and don't reach the intended target. But Bentancur's got no problem playing out of the back. Pedro Porro's got no problem. Romero is amazing at playing out of the back. I've never seen a center back as calm and collected on the ball. Like he'll literally get people within half a yard and he just plays it around them. Van der Ven can be a little bit shaky, I think, playing out of the back, but so can Ben Davies. So, I mean,
if you play
our midfield, Maddison has no problem making a turn. Solanke, actually, some of the turns that guy does holding up the ball have just been amazing. And the problem
is he's not firing like today, and Son is not on the game. It's just who's gonna like?
Yeah, I mean, Son's a huge player, right? Like, he's 32 years old. I changed
my mind. Do you know the difference? I think actually, and let me get the Chelsea guys' opinions as well. Brennan Johnson stepped up a lot this season. Son can step up. Solanke can step up. Kulusevski can step up. In the game today, when Palmer wasn't on top of his game, it looked like it was Chelsea were lost offensively, though. Madueke didn't know what to do. Neto tried, but Palmer not at his game. Neto had a good game, but there was no support. He reached the byline, one corners, crossed, dribbled the guys, cut inside, did 1-2s, but there was no support.
Yeah, I think Neto. I've watched Neto playing at Chelsea the last couple games, and I thought he's looked really, really good. In fact, I think he looks really dangerous on the left. And I think if Chelsea had a better center forward, somebody who was a more like of a Solanke or a classic number 9 type of a player, I think Pedro Neto would be extremely dangerous with
My
Chelsea.
problem today was they just didn't bust a gut to get up there and support. Do you know what I mean? It was very there was a lot of distance between Jackson, Palmer, Madueke, and Neto. They weren't getting close to each other. I know in the first half. By the way, their right hand side was horrendous today. I don't care what anyone says. Madueke and Gusto were horrendous today, but they still tried to go through there. But it was only really Gusto supporting Madueke and the other way around. It wasn't like Palmer getting there or Jackson getting there or even on the other side. It wasn't like there was no connection. And what frustrated me today was that every time we got on someone out from the back, we didn't although we broke through the lines and stuff like that, we didn't do that enough. We stopped. Someone put their foot on the ball, looked around for 30 seconds, then passed it sideways. It kept happening during the game. We never really turned up, the heat and stuff like that. And that was my problem. Or it was like we got to the penalty area, and Palmer did this a couple of times. He didn't shoot early enough. He kept waiting and waiting, and
all the way inside the 6 yards box. The shot. We'll talk about the game with Chelsea. Just
got a couple of deflections and it goes in. Do you know what I mean? Just shoot or something. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen like what I've seen is like Neto driving down that left-hand side, getting, like he said, far ahead of the people on the other side of the pitch, and then he has to slow down
because no one's there.
The difference is that because Brennan Johnson is so fast, and I think he's young, and I think he's hungry, and he's got a chip on his shoulder because the fan base has kind of been really hard on him for the last season and a half or half a season. He's always there on that right hand side.
Both, but that's the difference. Both. But the last thing, when Son crossed that ball, both Solanke and Brennan Johnson were about to tap it in.
Yeah, they're almost tripping over each other.
Yeah.
When Chelsea crossed the ball early, there's nobody. There's no one.
Or Jackson was far over the other side.
You know why? Because Jackson was involved in the play with Palmer earlier.
Why didn't he? They didn't do what he did, against Newcastle, which he'd done so well when he dropped further back, Jackson, and turned. He didn't do that once, did he? Today.
He didn't do that once. He didn't come collect the ball on his feet once.
No, that's what I mean.
No, he did. They didn't pass him the ball.
But the problem also was that
you'll get it. Keep doing it, you'll get it.
Man United didn't man mark Palmer or anything today. You know what I mean? It was
they didn't man mark. Palmer had space today. We'll talk about this. But before we go on, guys, there's over 400 people here. Can we get to 200 likes, people? And also listen to Luke here. Guys, 200 likes is the minimum, people, for this question. Thank you, Luke, for super chat. Question for Will. Who's better, Lukaku or Berbatov?
Berbatov. What kind of question is that?
So random.
That's an insulting question.
But it's like you don't.
We got an extra
You could be like a
person as well.
5-year-old who only watched football like 3 times, and they could tell you Berbatov is better than Lukaku.
And Cam is here, guys. Listen, guys. Before we go on, guys, today's show is brought to you by Proton VPN, guys. One of the best VPNs out there. I got him on my laptop, right? With Proton VPN, watch football anywhere. When I was outside of the country, I was able to access the streaming thingy, Peacock here in America, which is much cheaper than the broadcasters in England and everywhere. You can access the ones in Mexico, Canada, America, which is much cheaper, and also other way in the Middle East as well, being sports. I have it on my laptop. I have it on my phone as well. It's a game changer for me, to be honest. You get an exclusive 60% if you sign up using the link in the description, guys. It's our sponsor today. Help support the channel. Scan the QR code that you see on the screen. You'll get a 65% discount. And sign up for Peacock or Bein Sports in the Middle East. Much cheaper than having an IPTV or having anything else. You can watch football anywhere, guys. It's very important to have VPN. Also, it is securing my credit cards on the laptop. It's securing my bank accounts on the laptop. Make sure, guys, scan the QR code. Also, the link is in the description, guys. It's a very easy way for you to actually just watch football. For the people that don't know about the VPN, when I was somewhere else, I usually connected to my to America and just access Peacock. It's very simple. People that live in the North America know that it's much cheaper. It's literally $50 a year, and I have Peacock Premium, where all the 3 o'clock games, all the Premier League games are on Peacock. So make sure to do the
UK
QR code, people. Scan the QR code. Cam is here. Chelsea, though. I'm going to start with Ziad. I said that today showed me something about Chelsea, and it didn't teach me a lot about United. We're going to talk about United. It showed me that Chelsea still in some of these games against the Liverpools, against Man City, against Man United, the players lack experience, composure, what I like to call it, with time. It comes with time. If you watch Youngman's Son today, 1-0 down, composure in that area, getting the ball knowing. Chelsea today lacks composure. Do you agree that's what we learned today?
No, I think I'm starting to learn that Maresca is okay with these draws, and he doesn't want to go for the kill. He doesn't want to go for the win.
What?
Yeah, man. This is why for some reason I don't think Maresca is going for the game. I don't see how you watch that game and leave Jackson on for the whole game. We have players like Nkunku and Felix on the bench, and then I'm not going to say and act like they're bad players. They are quality players that come off the bench and can make a difference. But Maresca just sits there and watches Jackson basically do nothing for the whole game instead of making a change. I don't see the point of it. Listen, United away, okay, we don't usually win there, but United were there for the taking. We could have easily left there with a win. We could have lost as well if Garnacho wasn't Garnacho. But at the same time, from when we
how can you say we can get away with the win? You weren't the better team on the pitch.
Because I think we had.
How's that even mean?
Because I think
anybody can win. Anybody can say we could have gotten a win here, but you weren't the better team on the pitch.
Wait, sorry. Both teams.
Your statement don't make sense, bro. Your statement don't make sense.
Both teams had chances.
We could have.
Yeah, I think it was that type of game. Like that's what that type of game.
The game was there for the taking.
So
I didn't think Chelsea would have won the game. Apart,
you guys created like nothing though. You had the one chance.
That's why I'm blaming the manager. He should have made a change. He doesn't look like he's going for it.
How's the game there for the taking if you didn't get any chances, really?
No, I think no.
Enzo Fernandez had that chance.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
One chance.
No. The way you guys were playing, I think if Maresca made more changes and the play stepped up a little bit, because that's my point here.
If he made more changes,
Maresca should have brought in the players. Utilize your bench.
Who are the players, bro? Who are the players? Who are the players?
What happened? The game wasn't there for the taking. Like you had one chance, really.
One big chance. I mean, everything else was pretty equal, right? They both hit the woodwork.
No. Man United.
Okay,
so to be honest with you, Man United. No. Man United had way more clear cut chance.
Yeah, they had 4 big chances. Chelsea had 1, right? We all know Manchester United can't finish. So I mean,
Man United got in my opinion, Chelsea got in good places, but they wasted opportunities. Man United got in very good areas, and it was the lack of quality of freaking Garnacho, to be honest, and Rashford being sluggish.
But I mean, that's what we were saying last week about Manchester United. Remember when me and Ahmed got into a big argument about it, right? And I was basically telling him that Man United is like top 6 in the league in creating chances, but they're like 29th in finishing them, right? Like that's their problem, is that they can't finish chances, and that's what happened today. Like I don't know why we're shocked about that. Like if Manchester United hasn't had a problem creating chances this season, they've had a problem finishing.
So we're talking about Rashford hitting the post, Garnacho's rubbish shots. That's all United did before the penalty. They didn't do anything else.
Bruno Fernandes had a chance right in front of the corner. He decided to lash at it for some freaking reason. We all don't know why.
That's his. Well, we do know why. He's Bruno. He's rubbish. We do know why.
He lashes these things
like Ebro did taking a shot in the 6-yard box. You know it's going over the top, right?
Everyone goes,
I'm not the one to have this conversation with because it's not.
Everyone goes, I don't know why he does it. Did you see his passing throughout the game? He just kept grenade balls all over the pitch. We know why Bruno does this. Bruno, come on. He's been in 35 years now. We do know why he does. Well, why didn't he do it?
He's literally been the top creator for 35 years then, or whatever. Like, I'm sorry.
No, come on. We can't do this.
I have no interest in it. I have no interest in the No, listen to that. No, you brought in your safe little Enzo Fernandez, and look at him, he's trash. Like sometimes you have to have a player who actually tries to create, and that's what Bruno does.
No. But what I'm saying is, well, it's not that. It's that I know after 2 years what Enzo Fernandez is. He's rubbish, right? Like, he's right. I know what he is. He's not going to do it. Bruno's been in here 5 years. We know he does that. It sometimes hits off and sometimes doesn't.
Bruno's absolutely not rubbish.
It's not even directed at you, Cam.
He is
rubbish. It's not directed at Mo going.
What does he do?
One at a time. We got one at a time.
That's stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
that's my opinion. That's not everyone else. That's just
what his head is like getting up.
No. But Cam, it wasn't even directed at you. It was directed at Mo going. I don't know.
I hear you, but I'm just saying in that.
No, because no. Hold on. Because he's rubbish. He's lashing into the ball. Well, Bruno scored wonderful goals many times before. By the way, I'm gonna have the same thing if Palmer lashes out. That doesn't make any sense. That
real quick.
He lashed at it. He normally doesn't do this. He lashed at it inside the 18.
Like that. It was a clear cut.
Like he doesn't.
Garnacho had 3 clear cut chances. Three big chances. The one at the end, I would have loved.
That's his best chance.
That was his best chance. But actually, it wasn't though. The best chance he had was the layoff, where there was nobody within 15 feet of him, and he took the lightest shot I've ever seen in my life directly at the keeper. That was the best one. The chance at the end was if something happened there, that's incredible for him.
But like, you've seen those ones. That's Garnacho, though, isn't it?
I know.
That's just Garnacho for you.
For me, I'm just saying today's game. I agree with what you said about it. Wasn't like both teams didn't play great. I remember like you said on the like both teams didn't play great today, but we were better than Chelsea. That's facts. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you watch that game,
I think
we had the better chances. I think we had the more chances, but it could have gone either way. 100%. Enzo could score. Garnacho could score. Yes, it could have. Okay, well, so we're sitting here and we're saying we had the better chances, yet we scored off of a penalty. Yet we scored off of a penalty. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that it could have gone either way. We didn't look like we were gonna. Yeah, we had the more chances, yet we couldn't finish, and we scored off of a penalty.
Sanchez isn't coming out.
A penalty because of a Sanchez mistake. Literally, he gave away.
A game could have gone either way. You have to have more than one chance from the other team. Guys, like,
when I say it could have gone either way, I'm saying the way United were playing and the way I think if we showed more urgency, the players showed more urgency, and Maresca actually brought on some of the players on the bench.
Wait, Cam. I want him to land this one. You said if the players showed more resilient and if the manager brought on the players, Man United can say if we just had a shooting boot, we would have won the game.
That's what I'm saying. It could have gone either way.
No, but here's the problem. Okay, so my problem with the statement of if our manager made changes and brought on players that could have changed the game, you actually don't know what would have happened. Maybe Felix comes on and is worse because Felix is trapped, right? Maybe that's why he's not bringing him on. And Kunku, I agree. I don't know why he's not playing. That's a different conversation. But you're telling me he brings on Felix and you get better? That's not fucking true.
Nope.
So you bring on Felix and it maybe gets worse. So you're saying very hypothetically, if my manager made changes and players came on and did things I hope they would do, we would have, like, I'm just basing on what we saw on the pitch. And what we saw on the pitch is one team created multiple big chances, had one kid who absolutely, I can say this, if we didn't keep Garnacho on the pitch for as long as we did and brought on somebody else earlier, like, you know what I mean? I'm saying what we saw on the pitch, we were the better team. That's just, and I'm not trying to be biased. It's just a fact. Like, we weren't great, but we were better than you.
I think Maresca
I gotta say, I think this. Can I just petition for this game not to be played on TV anymore? Because I hate this. This fixture used to decide title races. It's now an absolute bore fest and an eyesore to watch. Honestly, today was just like I don't know. We went there.
Does that look bad on Maresca that United had Ruud van Nistelrooy and some? Everyone here agrees that Man United team is way worse than Chelsea. Is that something?
I think the fact that we're going away to United, I think Maresca is in a way getting to the players that if we get over here with a draw, it's a good result.
No, I think that's showing off the
To
players.
be fair, I think it is a good result for you. It's like when it's been 14 years since you beat us at Old Trafford. 14 years. It's kind of ludicrous to think all of a sudden you're going to beat us this year with your team as it is, in my opinion.
No, I think the thing if we'd actually played the way we like inserted ourselves more, and like I was saying to Mo before he came on, we got to the edge of the penalty area and we just didn't pull our shots quick enough. You know, we just divered. You know what I mean? Like Cole Palmer, like every time he shot or something, he just waited too long. And even our build-up play, we stopped, put our foot on the ball, looked around like we were sightseeing or something, like looking for the best spot, and then it wasn't.
You know what my problem is with this? To be honest with you, I backed Chelsea to get top 4. All right. You know what my problem is? It's like Arsenal. You know when I backed Arsenal to try to go and win the league, I'm backing Chelsea. It's just the inconsistency in some of these games. Where like I want to see the same thing happen over and over again.
Right.
I don't want to see Palmer today do some good and do some bad decisions. I don't. Madueke today, for example, the longer he stayed, the worse it got for him. To be honest,
Yes.
the worse it got for the kid. And for some reason, he stayed as long as Maresca kept him on. Lavia and Caicedo were fine. Fofana, you know what?
Caicedo was awesome.
No, Lavi and Caicedo both were
Caicedo
very,
was
very
awesome.
good.
These
Very
are
good.
good.
Very
Yeah,
good.
these are
They both
these
were
are. There's
very
nothing
good.
about it. For
Don't
me,
say Caicedo was
Lavia was
fine,
not the same today as before. I thought Lavia
Caicedo was
was
brilliant.
Caicedo was brilliant. Fofana, for example, guys, I saw that goal happen before it happened. I saw his positioning. He was out of position a lot of times. He's rationing his decisions. And again, it's the same thing, and it's going to happen again. That Fofana is going to cost you sometimes. Colwell is much better. And again, it's the same. And Maresca didn't act. And if this keeps happening, guys, Lavia, by the way, Lavia was not the same as the Liverpool game. Lavia got dispossessed today a couple of times. He missed the ball 3-4 times. Casemiro, Caicedo was much
fine,
better.
Lavia was fine.
Was
He was good in the
okay.
first
I
half.
think Lavia was fine, but Caicedo was brilliant.
Caicedo
was
Yeah,
much
yeah,
better.
But I don't think like,
Caicedo was
the
playing
Lavia
similar
hype that
to
I've
the
heard
Lavia
today.
game that I played against Liverpool, to be honest.
Caicedo's been brilliant all season.
But Mo, I don't
Lavia
know
was
why.
good
Listen,
too, though.
You know, the problem is, every time I back Chelsea, you come up with this thing. United are horrendous. United are garbage, right? They don't have a coach. You should go to Spurs won 3-0. Don't tell me it's Ten Hag. It's not changed. By the way, it's only the team only just galvanized because Ruud van Nistelrooy on the side or whatever, right? They don't have Amorim yet. Chelsea should go and freaking win the game at Old Trafford.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. If Liverpool can go and win, if Spurs can go and dismantle them like this, Chelsea have the capabilities to dismantle this team, and they didn't today.
It may also be what all Chelsea fans said it would be at the start of the season, where you're going to see inconsistencies. Where maybe just because of how we start the season.
So what if you miss on top 4 or top 5 then because of this shit?
No, but just because of the way we start the season.
Of our goalkeeper.
Yeah, we started at the start of the season better than what people thought. All of a sudden, we should go to all these grounds and we won't not have good performances. It's going to happen.
Sorry.
It's going to happen.
Your team is better than Spurs, right? Spurs went and dismantled Man United.
I agree, Man
United, bro.
Yeah, under 10 Hag.
But it doesn't. But I get you under Ten Hag. The team today was not that different. It looked the same for Man United today. A little bit more hard. A little bit more hard. I saw De Ligt more hard. I saw Lisandro with more heart. Rashford trying to run more.
From the players. The players wanted it more.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of
the players were just chilling.
There was nothing new today for Man United
was chilling, walking about.
out of this world. You know what I mean?
I think that stems from the manager.
Now, here's the thing, though. I don't listen. Is Fofana not good? Yeah, he's not good, but there's no way he gets more blame than
Sanchez. That's Sanchez.
No more
for what?
Højlund's going away from the goal.
No, but any goalkeeper would die for that ball.
Rubbish.
No, Sanchez. No, Højlund actually messed it up.
Any goalkeeper in the world dies for that ball.
Not like no, they don't. Højlund's going
not like
away.
that, man. Not like that. He was having a good game before that as well, man.
No, any goalkeepers dies with that ball.
No. I tell you why.
I'm telling you that.
They do. No.
You're not gonna blame Fofana. You're doing the Enzo Fernandez thing. You're doing the Darwin Nunes thing.
No, I'm not doing the Enzo Fernandez thing.
You guys are trying to protect Fofana, and you're gonna come around.
No,
1 year from now, you're gonna come around. Same.
I literally said
Lisandro Martinez stuff.
I literally said Fofana's not good enough, and Højlund. It's not as if Højlund, like Sanchez came out. Højlund's going to go around the goalkeeper, and he's got shot on goal. Højlund's going away from the goal. He's going. He's near the court. He's near the edge of the pitch to go after a corner. Sanchez is a bozo and a bum, and it's 100% his fault we conceded that penalty. No one else.
No, but fine. It's Fofana.
No one else. That was a good game before that as well.
He was not.
He didn't actually. Actually, he didn't.
Oh, come on, man. Sanchez wasn't having a good game. Really?
He's crap.
Not Sanchez, bro. Not Sanchez. Fofana was not good before.
He will be the number.
You're both wrong.
The whole game, Fofana was rash, getting out of the back.
Sanchez man, you're both.
Højlund messed the touch up. Højlund didn't even get a correct touch. Like he messed it up. He could have gone around him, but he messed it up. Yeah.
I'm not buying this, bro. I'm not buying this.
That's Sanchez.
No, well, you cannot buy it, but it's the truth.
I actually think that Fofana didn't have a great game, and he's going to cost you this season.
No, Sanchez is going to cost us more this season.
He will as well. Sanchez has mistakes in him.
He did.
Fofana do that was so wrong.
What about the people that say that they actually? What about Cole Palmer today? Anybody criticize his performance today?
Yeah, he needed to do better. He had no man. There was no one man marking him. He didn't assert himself. He didn't assert himself. He, like you said, when he got to the penalty area, he didn't pull a shot early. He just divered.
He did get 2 shots.
It was no excuse. No man marking like Liverpool did. There was not. He had freedom of the pitch, and he didn't assert himself. And he needs to be better. If you can praise him for what he does, then you need to criticize him for what he doesn't do. And he needs to assert himself. He had space to do whatever he needs to do. There were some good touches, flashes here and there, some good passes. But like I said when we discussed
that dribble between Casemiro and Rashford,
that's fine, Mo. But
you know what? You know what the problem is?
That's
what people say. Eye test. This is the definition of eye
test. Yeah.
That's why Saka doesn't do these things. You know what I mean? Foden doesn't do these things.
It doesn't look flashy.
It doesn't like. It looks so flashy that one of the commentators like, oh.
But if you notice, Mo.
But I thought he affected the game. He received the ball in good areas. He passed it to Neto behind.
I think he could have done more.
Madueke as well. I still think that Jackson was not moving enough. He tried a couple of times, but he wasn't. Madueke today, guys, you were playing with 10 men with Madueke.
Oh, him and Gusto.
Madueke's head was in Mars. I don't know where that guy was. His head was in Mars. He wasn't playing.
Right side was horrendous.
Every time he lost the ball, he was just there walking about. I'm telling you now, Andrew. I'm telling you now. The manager said to them, "We draw, good result." And
I don't believe that.
Are you serious, bro? This is ridiculous.
All of them.
No chance.
No chance.
I tell you why no chance.
None of them look bothered.
I tell you why no chance. Because of what happened Wednesday. He'd want a reaction. No matter if none of those players were playing, he'd want a reaction, and he didn't get that. And I don't know. You know,
that's true. You guys threw Wednesday to come and draw. There's no way. Like, I agree with you. There's no way you came here for a draw after dropping out of the cup. You sacrificed for this game, and it didn't work out. Which is
the ultimate chance to be the ultimate party poopers on the good field at Old Trafford, and we didn't look. There's no way Maresca
kind of confused because both of you have been trashing all your players this whole stream, but the earlier thing was it was there for the taking. So it's like it's very confusing to me that you're like, we were bad, our players were bad, but we could have won the game.
Because I don't think United were that great. That's why
we were. But my whole thing is, I wasn't trying to say we were that great. I just think we were better than you. And I don't think at any point when I watched that game, after we scored especially, that I felt you were going to win. Like, at no point was I sitting there being like, oh, this is like, when we played Spurs, I will say this, regardless of the red card, I was like, we are getting battered. Like, we were being embarrassed.
Yeah.
We were going to lose that game probably.
That's the problem.
We don't know that. I mean, Spurs may not have won, but they looked like they were going to win anyway. They were killing us. You guys at no point looked like that. So I'm sitting here
like, that's the problem. We went to Anfield. We went away to Anfield, which is arguably a tougher ground. There's no argument point over ground.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question for Cam. 6 points behind Chelsea. They are in fourth.
Yeah.
Do you think with Ruben Amorim, if we can turn it around, how good is your team compared to Chelsea, for example?
All I care about this year, and I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it, win the Europa League. I'm not looking
but you aren't better than Spurs in Europa League.
I'm not. It's a cup. It's a cup. It's a cup, and it's Spurs in a cup show. It's a cup. At the end of the day,
you could get a favorable run. You could get a favorable run.
You guys, you might not qualify. You might not qualify for the next.
You might not, but with Emery coming in, at least when we get to the playoff side, I believe at least him being there, we'll get through. For me in the league, it's going to be too hard to predict or expect anything of us. Even with Emery, like top four or anything like that, because he's got to come in and install his system. And I think we'll finish probably, I don't know, somewhere between 6 and 8, but I actually don't care because we wasted a whole month where we should have had him in, where games that we shouldn't have dropped, we probably wouldn't have with a proper manager. And now I'm sitting here, just go and win the one tournament that gets you into the Champions League.
There's 10 teams better than you, Cam, in that tournament.
10?
Ajax, at the current moment. Ajax, Real Sociedad, Porto, Roma, Spurs.
I watched Serie A. Roma is not better than us. You watch Serie A too. Don't do this.
No, this is what I would say. I mean, you could.
Okay, hold on, Sheikh. I'm sorry. So you think you're better than these teams based on what?
I watch Roma play football. They're not better than you.
Based on what? Lazio are better than you. Based on what you're better than these teams? Okay, can you give me a substance here?
No. First off,
Give me a substance. Why
first
are you
off,
better than these teams?
Our players are better. First off, that's a fact. The players on the pitch are better. They are. The players on the pitch are better. Our style, sure, we don't have a style of football right now because our manager's trash. I will say that. Defensively, we're actually not a bad squad this year. We're not terrible defensively. We really are not. So once we get our defense figured out in a cup tournament, that's all that matters is who's got the better players on the pitch on the day. And now you're going to have a proper tactician who's going to go over.
No way goes.
He's going to be able to set us up against each team in a way that we should be able to beat these teams who have lesser talent than us. That's why we're better. I hear what you're saying, Mo. Yes, Lazio's been playing better football than I get it. I watched Serie A. They've been playing better football than us. Roma, I don't really think so, but Lazio has. But
Similar. Roma and United are similar.
Yeah, but Lazio has been playing great football, but they are not a better squad, player for player, man for man. And when it comes down to this cup tournament with a new manager, he should, in theory, if we're asking questions about what he's going to do, in theory, he should be making us better. That's why I think
in theory, fantastic.
Tournament,
think about it. I don't think you can beat Spurs in this tournament at all.
I mean, I don't think we can't play Spurs until the quarterfinals, so it doesn't matter. So until we get there, we'll have that conversation, right? And Spurs, I'm sorry, like not trying to be disrespectful. When's the last time Spurs have won anything? Right. So if we're going to talk about a team that at least
2008
turned something around, I'm just saying, like it's like.
Plus, you don't have to play
but
well.
You agree, Cam, with the majority. You are not in a top 4 contention. That's not.
No, not even. We're nowhere near that conversation, and I don't want to be in it.
I just want to get this out of the way before people start saying.
No,
because watch the chat now. Watch all the Man United fans. Who here thinks, people in the chat, that Man United with Amorim can get top 4? 80% of the people that say that we can get top 4, bro. 80%.
That's ludicrous. Wait, you did a poll?
Before I was doing a stream after Amorim was announced. Everybody that really think that they are in a top 4 contention, let me know.
Didn't Ahmad say it too? Didn't I make him say he was going to get top 4? Like what his expectations?
What, this season?
were?
Yes,
How can you even say that? He's not even here yet. He's not even here yet.
I'm not gonna lie, Mo. It's only November, bro. Like
you're watching this team and you think Man United can get top 4, yeah.
It's not this team, it's Almiron, yeah. You never know, man. It's only November. People don't understand how early it is in the season.
But I also think I also think people are not realizing how
there's
so many other teams involved as well.
He says anything
like Villa. Look at this Villa team. Compare us to this Villa team. Compare us to this Chelsea team as well.
Okay, hold on. A lot of people think you have better team than Villa.
Really well too.
A lot of people think you have better team than Villa, bro. Okay, let me tell you.
Let me tell you
the majority of the people that I watch, Sheikh, okay? A lot of people that I watch. People think that Man United have better team than Spurs, okay? A lot of people think that the starting 11 of United is as comparable as Chelsea. Ziad can attest to that. We did a show with Ahmed, and he put about 3 United players in that Chelsea in the combined 11 or 4, right?
Yeah. A
lot of people think that you are better than Villa, Man United, and they think with a better manager, he will get the tune out of him. And as long as you're close, because at the current moment you're within 2 games, guys. 2 games. It's not mathematically, you're not far.
I don't think squad for squad first 11 we're that far off of Chelsea. Sorry. I think squad for squad right now I think our first 11 talent wise isn't that bad. I just think we've been miscoached for so long and we have no chemistry right now. I think that's the bigger issue right now. I don't think
you don't even know your first 11 under Amorim either. We don't even know it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. I don't. You're right. I don't know who they're going to be, but I think the players.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't even know to even judge. It's like we don't even know who's going to play.
It's a very hard conversation to have at this stage.
Here you go. Watch.
No, Z says anything positive.
No, yeah, Z
Nucciolino will say the same. I got a lot of United.
I think we're as good as Spurs. I don't think we're any much like player for player.
Mo, these are the same people that said we would score 80.
Your back line is not comparable to Spurs, number 1. Only Diego Dallo. Mazraoui. I'll give Mazraoui has been good. The 2 center backs, no.
I think Dulit's fine.
In the midfield, you wouldn't get any player in that midfield. Any. Not Ugarte, not Casemiro, not Bruno in that midfield. Will be Kulusevski. No, I'm being serious. You think I'm trolling, right? I'm not trolling. Bentancur, Sarr and Kulusevski will start ahead of Casemiro, Ugarte, and Bruno Fernandes.
Wait,
I'm just
so
saying,
you-
Man United fans rate their
Why are you
midfield from
laughing?
5 years
Why are you
ago and think
laughing
it's
at
happening
me?
now, right? Like
Didn't you say
Casemiro,
Man
Ericsson
United were
5,
back
6
the
years
other day
ago,
or
great
I
midfield.
know you're muted. Your kid is a little bit grumpy, but fine.
I think he watched your stream the other day when you said Man United were back, Mo. That's why he's a bit laughing at what you're saying. That's all.
Listen,
No,
Amarim,
I just
Amarim can
love
do.
the
Listen, bro.
Bruno
Amarim can
disrespect.
do wonders.
I think the Bruno disrespect is hilarious. That's just where I'm always at. When people put players like I don't like. I agree. Our younger Jesus Christ, baby, you okay? Sorry.
God bless him.
He
Sorry,
said
sorry.
Bruno too much. That's what
I
happened.
agree. Like our
She's not agreeing with the Bruno take, but fine.
no, I think Bruno walks into the Spurs midfield. That's crazy. Like,
For who? Who does he take out right now?
Tell me really,
I
who
do
would you
like
take
Kulusevski.
out?
He is nice. He's playing well this year. But overall,
It's not that over.
over-
Cam,
over-
I think you're comparing overall career, right? But we aren't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's rating his midfield from 5 years ago.
2024.
Casemiro 5
yeah,
years ago,
yeah,
Ericsson 5 years ago, Fernandes 5 years ago. Yeah, you got a great midfield.
Like last year, like Bruno. This year, I will say Kulusevski's been great. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not. But Bruno's better than Kulusevski. Like he's just a better player. Like that's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's
This season, he's not.
2024 today. It's this team today. 10 games into the season. Bruno will not touch that starting lineup. Very simple. Of Spurs. Your love for Bruno from the season ago or the season before, that is besides the point. Like Thiago Silva at the age of 40 is good and everything, but
Okay,
he
well,
wouldn't
let's
start ahead of
see
other
what
people.
happens when we get a proper coach in. Let's see what happens. Let's just see
Oh
what
my
happens.
God.
At that
He
point.
thinks
I
Amarim
don't
is
think
going to. Let me
Bruno
do
starts.
He will
I don't
100%
agree.
start.
I don't think.
I mean,
No,
you guys
he
said the
might.
same
He
thing
might
before
start.
Ten Hag
Here.
came in. You said the same thing
I just.
under other managers too.
But when Eric Ten Hag first came in, he was fine. He was great. He created like what are you talking about? Like we deteriorated. We were good the first year. Eric Ten Hag. We finished third. Like people, listen. Eric Ten Hag was bad. I get it. But everybody forgets that we weren't just trash.
No, you were good. First season was good.
We were good. So this is what bothers me. It's like we forget that these players weren't always this bad. And then Eric Ten Hag refused to adjust, refused to get better. So the players all stagnated and got worse. So which is it? It's either Eric Ten Hag is not that bad and all our players are shit. Then why did you guys all want Eric Ten Hag to stay? If he was so good and the players were shit, why did everybody? I've heard all of you say, "Oh, I wish he stays. I wish he stays." Now he's gone. Oh God, it's your players. Like you got to have some consistency with these takes, people. Like I'm sick. You have to have consistency. If it wasn't Eric Ten Hag who degraded our team, then it's the players, and Eric Ten Hag's a great coach. Cool. Yeah.
I think the same energy has to be like. I'm not ripping apart. I have my opinions of them right now, but I have to say I've got to keep the same energy because when people told me last season it wasn't Poch, it was the players.
And
I said I need to see him. I need to see him under progressive coach.
Yeah, Mo.
You know what I mean? And Ten Hag.
I want to talk. I want to
Yeah,
ask something
Mo.
and relate this to Chelsea,
Yeah.
right? Relate this to Chelsea. Amarim comes in. Is he better than Maresca?
Yes.
CV,
All right.
yeah, of course he is.
Okay. How far are Man United behind Chelsea? Can they catch up to them? How fast can they catch up to them?
Next year, I think next
Okay.
year.
You think next year are catching up with
Depends on
Chelsea?
how we spend, who we bring in
depends-
Ineos back.
depends on the
and
state
all
No,
out.
but
that.
hold on. The Cam here is raving about how good these players are, and it was all Ten Hag's fault.
I don't know. I need to see Amarim. I need to see what he does.
I want to see more from Maresca.
Plus, I need us.
Everyone now is doubting their coach. Arsenal fans are Arteta out. The added Maresca out. People
Come on,
don't know
Maresca,
what
yeah,
Amarim is
the guy's
about.
been here for 3 months.
No,
You
no,
asked me
no,
Maresca out for Pochettino. You were Maresca
Pochettino,
out for Pochettino.
Pochettino out and bring anyone in. Bring bloody Andrew in and take Pochettino out. That's why I was Pochettino out.
Would you have taken Maresca over Ten Hag?
No. I have to be
What?
honest. No, I wouldn't have. No, like when? At what stage are we talking about? When Eric Ten Hag
Now,
first came in?
like last month, would you have taken Maresca?
now I would have. But like, sorry, when you make that comment, I'm thinking like when we first
You
got
thinking
Eric
in the
Ten Hag.
summer when he was announced?
Yeah,
right?
there's
So
no way I would've done that,
there's no
right? Because-
background apart from
No,
left.
nobody had known anything about Maresca at that time, bro.
exactly.
Maresca was a really unknown commodity.
Now I would have, of course. He was way better than Ten Hag has been. Of course, that's an easy one. Like I'm not super biased in the state where I'd say like I've watched Chelsea play and Maresca's made them better. He has. Like he came in and he was better than.
What's
Poch.
the ceiling you think for Chelsea?
This year?
Yes.
Their ceiling.
What?
Ceiling.
Third. third.
Ceiling.
Above
That's-
who?
That's
Not
ceiling.
Liverpool. Not
No, no,
Arsenal. Not
He's thinking
Arsenal.
he's thinking Arsenal in the top 4 race. Oh, you can. Arsenal
Huh?
top 4 race. Is that what
You
you're
think
thinking?
Arsenal in the top 4 race as well? Because Will
Bro,
thinks so. Will thinks so.
I picked Arsenal to win the league, and now I'm sitting here watching
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Never do that.
You're watching it unfold and you're thinking,
Never do that.
maybe I
Never
was
pick
wrong.
Arsenal.
Maybe I was
Never
wrong.
pick
Maybe
the
I was
bottlers,
wrong.
the biggest
So I
bottlers in the
picked
history of the
Arsenal to win the
Premier
league.
League to win
2
the
years
league. Don't
straight.
ever do it.
I did it 2 years straight. I picked them 2 years straight.
Ah.
No, you didn't.
2
Never
years straight.
trust Arsenal, man.
I picked them this season to win the league, and then freaking Arteta turned into Tony Pulis after 3 weeks, bro. And then he's afraid of playing any progressive football whatsoever, bro. It's actually crazy.
This prime Stoke with Rory Delap throw-ins.
Broski, that guy literally just got scared out of a sudden of playing any type of progressive football.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Why? You did it in a couple of games only.
That's why I said, do you
don't
remember that super chat earlier where you said who's got the easier job? Arteta to make Arsenal score more and to have a better defense. Arteta's chosen to go this way. He's not like it's not being forced upon him.
Do you wonder? I'm going to tell you
He
what.
chose to play Thomas
If-
Partey at right back
If
again.
Spurs, I'm going to say this. If Arsenal finish outside of the top 4 and
Oh my
Chelsea finish
God.
there, I'm being serious. And Aston Villa or Spurs, it's not going to be only about Arteta, because there is going to be something, I don't know how the word in English, like embedded in the DNA now. These guys are going to lose confidence in the whole achievements of the club.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, players
like,
would want
I
to
think
leave. Players would want to
it's
leave,
not
like,
going to be about
all
Arteta.
that stuff,
And I'm
yeah.
afraid for Arsenal for this, because you can get third and challenge for the league and not win it, and you still say, I'll go next year. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
for Spurs, they finish 5th. Okay, we'll go again next year to get Champions League football. But imagine if Spurs got Ange and finished like 10th.
Mm.
Then like, okay, fuck it. It's
Yeah,
not working.
Romero's
It doesn't matter.
gone.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Khalas, it doesn't matter. If Spurs this season, for example, finish 7th, they're like, okay, it doesn't matter if we tried Conte, Ange, Mourinho. It doesn't matter. We're not getting there. That is the problem that I'm afraid for Arsenal. And the more it goes like this, the more scary it gets for Arsenal,
Mm.
right? Because next week, if Chelsea win at the Bridge, Arsenal can follow like 7th, if I'm not mistaken. They're 18 points. And if Bournemouth win, they're going to be, it depends how if Bournemouth win or not. Okay, Bournemouth are Brentford, so they can win, right?
And you know what's worse, Mo? If we do beat them, they have to wait 2 whole weeks because it's
Thinking
international
about it
break.
every
Yeah.
day.
Arsenal's
And the
making a
content
mistake.
is gonna be fantastic.
I don't get why every year we go through a transfer window now and Arsenal just say forget about the attack when it comes to.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like there's players who want to go there.
It's
There's
not
players
serious.
Do you
who
want? Do you
Yeah,
want the
true.
reality? Chelsea kind of going through the same thing with Nicholas Jackson. As good as Nicholas Jackson have been lately and improving, the protection they did it with Enzo Fernandez, and I think that Enzo Fernandez, it's a cycle that goes through every fan base. It happened with my fan base, Inter. You keep protecting the player. You protect your asset as a fan base. You're like, he's gonna come good. He's gonna come good. He's gonna come good. Like a lot of, by the way, a lot of people that I do content with, they were convinced that Halas, Havertz is the answer for our forward line. Halas, Arteta trusts him. Havertz is the
Bournemouth
answer.
midfielder.
He came clutch. I fell into that trap. He came clutch. He scored a couple of goals against PSG. This. And then you're like, okay, we don't need a forward. Oh,
Yeah.
we don't need a striker. You know,
Yeah.
and then comes these games where you need that difference maker up top. That happens. Spurs, Richarlison, 9 games in. He scored 9 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken, or 10 games, something like that last season. And then a lot of Spurs fans said, oh, Richarlison is good. He's fantastic. He's our
Right.
front line guy. And then they fell into the trap in January and they didn't buy a striker.
Yeah.
That happens all the time, guys. And it's happening with Arsenal. When do you protect their players? It happens
You're
with
right.
Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez. For a year and a half, I kept battling with Chelsea fans. It's not about Enzo's crap. The abilities, the things that he possesses. He's slow, he's heavy, he's not physically strong. And I said, the way you play football in the Premier League, you need quickness. You need people that are either physically very strong, like a Casemiro, like a Lavia, or someone that is quick in terms of like running around, like N'Golo Kante. Enzo is neither. Havertz is clutch, good, can win you games. But when push comes to shove and Saka's not delivering, who's there? No
Oh,
one.
you're right. Do you know why you're right, Mo? Because I love Jackson, right? But we saw it this summer how much most of the Chelsea fan base wanted an Ottoman in even up to the last day of transfer window. If we sign an Osman, or I'm not saying we're going to. If we sign an Osman and Gokrieres in January, most of the Chelsea fan base will be celebrating. You will see you have some little tiny percentage of what about Jackson. But let's face it, I like Jackson, but he's not first of all, he's not a complete number 9. He will never be a complete number 9. But I'll be celebrating if we sign an Osman or a Gokrieres because it's an improvement in that area. Do you know what I mean? Like
Massive improvement.
Huh?
Massive improvement.
Yeah,
so Jackson's a good player, but
I mean, it's just it's madness. That's why don't get too attached to players that don't have a big history of doing things for you. You know what I mean?
And that's the reason why I won't say that Arsenal are in top 4 race, guys, is the inconsistencies of the teams below them. Like Villa today, collapsed. Spurs, we know what is going to happen with Spurs. We have seen it before, right? Chelsea, inconsistency. And that's why Arsenal aren't in a top 4 race, because of that. Until a team like Chelsea show me a 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row when they win games, or Spurs or Villa, I'm not going to sit here and say that. I know that Villa are same points, Chelsea same points, Forest are ahead of them. But you can't tell me that these teams are so consistent that will put Arsenal. Because I have seen
Forest to beat Newcastle next week.
Oh, you can see, you can definitely see, you can see that. Yeah, they got a good defense.
That can happen.
Very
but I'm going to tell you the
defense.
difference. Do you know what's going to happen? Newcastle are not going to play in Forest hands. They aren't going to attack Forest all game. Newcastle, they're going to try.
I think Eddie Howe might, because he might see him as an
Really?
inferior. I think
It depends what he thinks, to be honest.
That's what I think.
Depends what he
That's
thinks.
why I'm not convinced of Newcastle. But you're right. You can't listen. I joke. If we beat them next week, we'll go ahead by 3 points. Will the wind-up Arsenal fans saying you're in a top 4 race? Will we 100% believe it? No, but we'll be very close. Plus, they're in a slump.
We're going to say it until they aren't.
Well, until the mathematics. You're right. Until the mathematics.
Okay, so let me ask you guys something. It's very, very important. Before I appreciate the Chelsea FC RK. I'm going to do all the super chats. I'm going to ask you guys something. Serious question. I'm going to put a statement down and I want to get everyone's opinion on it. And now Arsenal are not in a title race until they get back into it. Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
They're not currently. It's
Especially because Manchester City helped them out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys or Chelsea helped them out.
I swear to God, I mentioned that and Lee just show up in the chat.
No, 100%.
Pick with Lee.
Good on you, Lee.
There you go.
So I'm gonna.
you can't.
You guys don't
Manchester
think.
City and
So
Liverpool
you
going to
guys
help them
don't
out
think
again next week?
Arsenal are
We don't
not
know.
in a title race until they get. Because I told HUSAM this. Listen, Cam. I told HUSAM this in the beginning. I told HUSAM this. I told you. For Liverpool, you are in a title race until you are not. Liverpool, because of how good the players are. Arsenal are 7 points behind. They play Chelsea away at the Bridge. Most likely outcome is draw, right? Liverpool play Villa at home. What is going to happen? More likely outcome,
More likely
Liverpool winning.
yeah.
More like Liverpool.
That's 9 points ahead after 11
10.
games.
10?
No,
Okay,
no.
9 if they draw, yeah.
9, right? I'm talking the most likely outcome. At this point, I can't say that Arsenal are in a title race until they get back into it. And I won't be wrong, and it's not banter.
The big thing too is we have to look at. I get people who say Arsenal have injuries because they do. They've got injuries to their back line and whatnot and all that. But City are missing what 6?
Wait, who?
6 big players right
Then
now.
why-
They aren't now. They aren't. Only
No?
Rodri and KDB are the 2 players that you can
Oh,
count
okay.
on.
No, DS is out.
For this
DS is
run,
out for a couple of
Yes,
weeks.
is going to come back next game.
for this
And
run,
this-
they've missed.
Now,
They still had Kyle Walker, Akanji, Ake, Gavardiol. That defense will start for the majority of the teams.
Yeah, their defense is good. I'm saying their chance creation's obviously fallen off, and then the wingers who have gone down, the Savios, the
Phil
City-
Foden's having a stinker.
Phil Foden's just, but he's not. The thing is, I don't give any passes to a player who's just having a bad year. Like he's there, he's still there.
Holland's in one of his droughts.
So it's exactly where this would be the time if you're an Arsenal, like we're seeing with Liverpool. This would be the time where you put pressure and you try and get a lead. You try and do something. If you don't do it now,
Yeah.
we all know.
Cam, I lead what? They're 5 points behind City, Cam.
But like April,
There's no
come
lead. There is no lead that's going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Like, I'm just saying, come April, what's going to happen? City's going to win, what, 12 games straight? Just go.
Start of the year, innit? They usually go from the start of the year.
I'm just saying,
But
here
you
we
guys
are.
draw.
The Arsenal games are Chelsea away, Forest at home, winnable game. West Ham away. West Ham are atrocious. They're going to win that. Man United at home, by that time, it's Amorim time.
Yeah.
By that time, new manager bounce. Who
We've
knows?
already
what
beaten.
Ars-
He's already beaten him before, Amorim, on penalties, but so he did.
No,
beat
but my
Arteta.
point
But look,
about this,
This is
you
why
don't know Arsenal. I predicted, by the way, I predicted Arsenal to lose or have a tough game against Newcastle. Everybody ridiculed me. I said it's not an easy game, and Arsenal going forward are not that good, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal are going to the Inter game. More likely outcome is Arsenal lose this game.
Yeah.
Even though we aren't doing good, they can get a draw. Going to the bridge. That will be at this point, apart from the League One team and the Shakhtar game. Arsenal lost to Bournemouth, right? Drew to
Lost to
Liverpool
Newcastle.
at
Oh,
home.
lost
To Newcastle, right? Lost to Newcastle and Chelsea game. That is horrific.
Think about it this way. If they do draw at the bridge and Newcastle happens to beat Forest, which I actually don't think they will, Spurs go third.
That's true.
Can I ask you guys genuinely think about Arsenal? Do we see Arteta turning around?
Well, this is the thing. Like, what does he have to turn around? It's the whole idea.
Bro,
He
they have
had
to
to
play
get over
football,
the
bro.
line.
They have to stop playing football like the last 8. In the last 18 games of last season, they won 16.
Yeah, but
wanna-
Mo, the thing is, like, for how long are we gonna keep asking this question? He has to get over the line. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm
Forget
sitting
getting
there
over the line.
expecting
Getting
him-
over the line is
He has to
I'm not-
win a major
I'm
trophy.
telling you one
That's
thing,
what I
guys.
would say. That's what
I
would
don't
say.
think Arsenal are in a phase now to say get over the line. Arsenal need to turn it around to play good
Yes.
football and win games, bro.
No,
That get
also-
over the line thing
They
is the
need to go on a
next
winning
step
streak.
shake.
They need to go on a winning streak.
Yes, Ziad is right here. Like people talk about Arteta has to get over the line. I am a step behind. I'm looking at I'm still outside the store, bro. They
Right.
still need to play football and start winning games first and play their good football at this
Also-
stage. At this
Also-
stage, guys.
Also, I think
They were-
you know what's slightly overblown with them? All
Thank
this
you,
set
Cam.
piece. See you, Cam. All this set piece thing is overblown as well because they haven't scored a lot of goals from set pieces. I think it's 2 or 3 this season. They've only scored.
4.
I think they scored.
I think
was
it's
it
4 in
four?
all comps or
Well,
something.
I think it's slightly overblown that they're going to
No,
always. score from a set
let me
piece.
respond to Lee. I don't think Lee gets my point. For the people that say Arteta has to get over the line, before we even talk about this, which is he must, I said it's the Premier League or the Champions League, and then we put context. I think Arsenal fans need to look at this team and say, you need to play football, good football first. Win football games before you talk about title and get over the line, because it might be a worse crisis than this. I am
Yeah,
thinking-
I know. I get it. In
That is my
aspect,
point
yes.
about this. People
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
understand this.
In that
Like
aspect,
people
I
talk
get
about
it,
the
but-
line thing, bro. See, I know you're an Arsenal fan. Why is 29 the issue when Trossard and Nelly need upgrading? One of them, SE. I said that in the summer. It's either you need to sign a Kvaratskhelia, which is a winger that will give you 15 goals and 10 assists or something, or sign a striker. You cannot have 2 links in the front line that are not game changers. I said that many times about a lot of teams.
Wait.
Teams that win the league, go ahead.
I want to know where all the Arsenal fans are at that 2 seasons ago told me that Martinelli was a better winger than Heung-min Son. Where are you at? Where are you at?
Bloody hell, bro.
Crazy.
You gal? Where you at?
No, but hold
think
on. I want to clarify this because a lot of people say Arsenal at the end of last season, and I said that, by the way, on other shows, on Sam's show. Chelsea this season, even with a new manager, we have seen some players doing a continuation of last season.
Right.
Caicedo, even Cucurella ended the season well. I say Cucurella at the bum, but in starting this season, Cucurella with the same level. Colwell ended the season well. Stop me when I'm wrong. Jackson ended the season well. I am seeing Chelsea doing a continuation of last season, right? I've seen Liverpool, new manager, they still. Man City are different. The only team from these, Villa, maybe fixed up and even got better than the end of last season, because last season they didn't end the season well.
Oh, that's right.
And I said that to Arsenal. You tell me, but Arteta last season played well. What makes you doubt him? I'm going to tell you. Because it was supposed to be, we lost the league on 2 points. I need to see continuation of the performance, the amazing performance that I saw last season.
Yeah.
I
End of the
didn't
season.
doubt the last 18, the second half of the season. I didn't have a doubt that Arteta stick to the same principles. You literally had something working for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had something
Yeah.
working. But Odegaard got injured. Okay, you're telling me that again because of one player getting injured, you're not going to play?
You were
Context.
playing like
We
this
had red
before
ca-
Odegaard got injured.
We had red cards. We had red cards. Okay, fine. You had red cards. Great, fine. But that excuse of red cards should not be against the Brightons and the Bournemouths. It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
I know
right.
Bournemouth are tough and everything. Before the red card with Bournemouth, and I said that, you weren't the better team on the pitch. You weren't the better team on the pitch in terms of chances.
Yeah, they were rubbish against Bournemouth for the red card. They were rubbish.
Yeah. For Brighton in the first half, yes, you were 1-0 up, but it was a 50-50 game. It wasn't that you weren't amazing against them. Against Spurs, it was a 50-50 game. You weren't the better team, and that Spurs that you said you finished 9th. For me, I don't know what happened in the summer for Arteta, but for some reason, I'm looking at the team and the people that said that, by the way, I'm going to respond to something that I know is going to be challenged. And SE, I'm going to put your comment up. I'm sorry. I'm just finishing this point. Last season, I said that Arteta's playing free-flowing football while controlling the game. In the beginning of the season, it was boring and slow. But you guys know how many points they had more than this now? 6 points. They were second, 2 points behind City. You are now in a 5-game, you're already out of 10 games, you drop point in 5 games. Yes, you can tell me 3 red cards and not 3 red cards. You were at home against Brighton. It doesn't matter if you're 10 man.
They had a better chance against Brighton.
Yes, I don't care if you're man down against Arsenal.
Yeah.
SE, why do you always go for Havertz other than getting the left wing? And let me answer this very simple, SE. Because it was easier for you to go and fork the money for Gyökeres or Osimhen in the summer. The left wing in the world, there are 2 guys that I know, which is Gyökeres. Sorry, left wing SE was what? Nico Williams, and he didn't want to leave. And Kvaratskhelia, which is Napoli said, we're not selling the guy. We're leaving him for Conte this season.
Yeah.
You had the chance to go and fork 80 million for Gyökeres. Put 80 million. Man City put 100 million for Grealish. We like it, we don't like it. Chelsea, Caicedo, 100. You wanted their man, Chelsea? They signed their man. This is why I'm saying I thought that Havertz was good. If you get a left winger that will...
No, Havertz 65 million is on like 300 grand a week. What are we talking about here, man?
250.
Oh,
SE, I hope that answered your question, SE. I hope that answered your question.
No, they could have signed Neto. They could have signed Neto. He was only...
Neto as well.
You know what I mean?
Maybe Neto.
He was there. Well, apparently he was there. We signed him, didn't we? But
I know you did with West Ham before. Go and fork a lot of money for Kudus in the summer.
Yeah, just pay it.
Money talks, right? Yeah. Money talks. You waited all summer negotiating for Moreno. You remember the saga of Moreno? Bro, I was on vacation, left, went back, and still Moreno's still not over the line.
Those 2 signings, they took 3 months to make 2 signings.
But logic dictates. I'm going to respond to this. SE, I respect you, bro. You're always here. Always upgrade the worst option, yes? But Arteta had faith that Martinelli can get better to the season that before. He played good.
Yeah.
That is the point. Let me do the super chat to respect the people that send their money. I appreciate you guys. Because Lukaku statistically is better than Berbatov.
Get away, man. Get away, man. Get away.
How is he better than Berbatov?
Statistically, apparently, he's better.
Elias,
how?
He's talking about the number of goals.
Like total goals scored?
Probably.
Yes. Statistics at a base level, like if you go look at the Premier League website, is if you use that to make an argument of a player being better than the other one, you don't know how to use statistics, right?
Let me tell you this right now.
Totals, it's per game, over their career.
Also, how many minutes they've played, all that.
Yeah.
But also, Berbatov has way more stuff to his game than just playing.
Let me tell you this right now, Mo. Yes. Mo, let me tell you this right now. If you swap Lukaku out for a prime Berbatov, Inter Milan dramatically beat Man City in that Champions League final.
Yeah, bro. We have Berbatov up top. We'll beat Man City without a shadow of a doubt.
You beat him 2-0 comfortably.
I'll be sleeping with the 4th Champions League now.
Exactly. It's a comfortable 2-0.
All you have to talk about is just their first touch. Like,
let me do this, Ziad and Andrew. Ziad, Fofana not good playing from the back, same with Sanchez. Is that true? Because I saw
Fofana's fine. Stop this rubbish. Fofana was fine today. Fofana was fine today.
Is he good playing from the back?
He's fine.
Answer the question.
He's fine. Okay, stop going on. I don't know, every single person, every single rival or Chelsea fan has to pick something to bitch about. Sanchez was fine before he made a mistake. Okay, talk about Sanchez. Everyone else was fine. Okay, this is agenda. Enzo, why did you bring on Enzo? Enzo Fernandez shouldn't have come on the pitch. That game did not call for Enzo Fernandez. So but every time someone has to talk about something, they have to talk about a player they don't like. Just shut up, man.
Let me
Chelsea
say this
FC.
right now.
Go ahead.
Let me say this right now. I want to say this. Even before his big knee injuries with us, I remember when we first bought him and we played him in a back three, he had bozo moments then. Now that could be due to his age.
That's what I was saying.
But let me say this right now. I think Sanchez is a bigger problem because both my centre backs don't want to pass back to him. You can tell that they just really, and no one really wants to pass back to him. But Fofana, he's actually, I know he's been injured out a lot, but he's been playing more in the league than Cole. He should be leading that back line along with James when he's out. But he doesn't. He doesn't. And I'll tell you this, Mo, Højlund's not the most gifted footballer. And I think he had trouble with Højlund. He had trouble with Højlund today. He had trouble with him today in some occasions. So he needs to be better. Or, no, scratch that. We need to buy better in that position. That's what we need to do. We need to buy a proper centre-back. You know what? Do you know what I'd do, Mo? If they can't register Christensen in January for Barcelona, I'll go and try and sign him even on loan or something like that.
That ship has sailed, my friend.
Or Rudiger. I'll go buy Rudiger again. Pay out for Rudiger. That's what I'd do.
Like Rudiger is going to join. Agree, the coward manager played for a draw. Shambolic. I agree with you.
Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
I think so.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And I'll tell you why he didn't bring João Felix on, because João Felix is crap.
Felix is not crap. But what about Nkunku?
Felix is no. The argument isn't.
What I don't understand is Nkunku. Why not?
To not bring on Nkunku is disgraceful.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Nkunku is the argument. João Felix is crap.
No, he's not, man. Felix is not crap.
Lunatics, Chelsea fans, with this display, Europa is a dream. No, bro, you're too negative.
Just write this one game.
I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you, bro.
We're right off one game.
Bro, I can't deal with you, bro. I can't deal with you. I just can't.
One game.
That's what I'm saying. If you beat Arsenal next week, conversation is different. If you beat Arsenal next week, conversation is different.
Literally, if Sanchez has that moment, it's a different conversation.
Yeah, it's different conversations. All of a sudden.
Maybe, but
bro, that's so overreaction, my man. It's crazy.
Thank you for your super chat.
Overreacting, bro. Maresca plays to players' weaknesses, stubborn lunatic. Are you a Poch fan, bro? What is this?
Already.
What is this?
There's a guy who didn't want Maresca to begin with. Let's just begin this.
Yeah, there's people that take Maresca out.
I'd be surprised if he didn't have this super chat lined up since about August. You know what I mean? Just ready to go. That is.
My guy, I think you're overreacting, my friend. But I don't hear any argument in your super chats about Maresca being that bad, bro. He literally, nobody expected Chelsea to be here now. 6 to 8 acceptable. You are in the mud, mate. That is about Man United.
Yeah, it's
Man United. Tom, thank you. Yeah, probably you're right. Chelsea here to say not even top 6 with this Joker as a manager. 8. Okay. Bro. No, bro. I can't take you serious.
If he finishes 8,
no, he should get sacked if he finish 8, by the way.
Yeah, he should go.
By the way, I'm being serious, by the way.
Yeah, so am I.
If Chelsea finish 8th, he should be sacked. Should try something else. Big guys, can we get to 200 likes? We're that close, guys. Hit that like button. Ziad is right. Beat Leicester, then 3 points behind Chelsea.
You want my response to that? Beat Arsenal, we're back up to 6 points. There we go. Next,
I'm saying it's too early to predict. November.
That's what I'm saying.
To say it's mathematically anything right now is it doesn't make sense because everything is mathematically.
Guys, I need you guys to understand this is how YouTube works, how football analysis works. You analyze what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And you try to predict the future. Sometimes some people are just scared to be wrong.
Right.
And Blaze is saying, Cams, how's your Enzo? Is how rivals see Bruno in 2024. Oh, yeah. Okay, Blaze, thank you so much for super chat. Cam, how you see Enzo is how rivals see Bruno in 2024. I don't see Bruno Fernandes as bad as Enzo Fernandes. I'm just stating that out, right? I'm just stating that. Bruno Fernandes can still have moments, can do good. Enzo Fernandes should be sold. Sold.
Next super chat, man.
Yeah, you're right. He should be.
No.
You're right. Yes.
You remember back in the days, 10 cones and 10 balls, and then he should be sold, bro.
Yeah.
Sell him for that much.
You remember that rumor midweek about us?
Bruno, as people say, Bruno's clear of Enzo Fernandes, guys.
They're not the same players, man.
Yeah, but then it's like you're comparing shit with shit, Mo. That's what you're doing.
He's not that shit, Bruno Fernandes.
What
not
is the
that
better
shit.
It is what it is.
Why is 29? We did that one. Thank you, SE, for this. Blaze is saying, speak on the facts. The majority of Arsenal fans think that Newcastle performance was one-off. They
But it
genuinely
hasn't been.
believe they have been good, bar now. I don't get it. Very good super chat. And I want Arsenal fans to challenge this. When have you been good? When? PSG, Southampton, Leicester City. These are the four.
No, they weren't even
By
good
the way,
against Leicester.
by the
They
way,
were 2-0
in the
up.
Aston Villa game, performance-wise, they
Yeah.
dominated Villa and they
Ollie
won.
Watkins missed 2 massive chances.
That's it.
Yeah.
People fail to mention this.
Yeah.
Arsenal defense, when they open up, they give away chances, not like last season.
Mm, mm.
Okay, who are we blaming that Newcastle like wide open
Two
header
center
on?
backs. Two center backs. Oh
Are we
my god,
blaming
the
that
two
on
center backs.
Saliba
Two,
or
the two
Gabriel?
of them. One of them that has nothing to do, doesn't know what's
No,
behind
we
him.
know if it's Saliba's fault, it'd be Gabriel's fault in their eyes. We all know that, right? If Saliba does anything, it's Gabriel's fault.
Yeah.
Do you know the
Gabriel
reality?
actually, if you look at it, just real quick on this goal because I didn't get to come on the show yesterday, but so you have Saliba literally ball watches. He tells Partey to pick up the guy behind him, literally runs straight up and just watches it. And then as it goes in, he ducks down and watches the guy head it. And it was like didn't try to mark him at all. There was a good 6 yards. He never tried to close him down. At least Gabriel's like backpedaling to try to get there.
You're right. You're right.
I'm going to say this. Saliba was literally ball watching.
Yeah, 100% ball watching.
Again, today Fofana was not aware of what's behind him. That is one mistake. Saliba has the guy in front of him by 7 or 10 yards and not even going close to him.
Didn't take a step towards him. Not a step.
So that was horrific, to be honest. Horrific to watch. Nafisa saying Leicester is the easier game.
What are you talking about?
Is it
They
away?
didn't anticipate the cross.
Leicester away.
I think
Leicester's
it's
away,
at home.
right? Sheik, is it away?
I think it's at home. I'm actually not sure. Yeah.
But I just want to say this, and Sheik would be that League Cup game of 5-2. Yeah, it's a massive scoreline, but I've actually watched part of that game. That wasn't a good performance by United.
They're going to play Leicester at home. By the way,
Yeah,
Man United will win the next 3 games
You think
until they face Arsenal away. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to win Everton
so.
at home.
Yeah,
They're going to win Ipswich away, and they're going to win against Leicester. And watch the conversation change about
Oh, it's
them.
away. It's away. Yeah.
Oh, it's away.
Leicester is home. Ipswich away.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is, yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Cool.
We'll see.
Nafisa, Mo, we haven't been good, but we have 18 points.
That's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Is he talking about? If he's talking about Chelsea,
She is. She's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's true though. They're amazingly. They've still got 18
We've been
points.
okay.
What do you mean? Villa have 18 points. Spurs have been.
Even if she was speaking about Chelsea, we've been okay.
I think
We've been okay.
Yeah, but I think Nafisa, you're missing the point. You don't have to be good. You have to be excellent because you have to win the Premier League. Chelsea can say, yeah, we've been okay. Spurs can say, yeah, we've been good. 16 points, we're okay. Villa, you aren't in that category as Arsenal Football Club.
Over 20 points you should have by now if you're in the title race. You should have like 23 points.
Liverpool have 25.
Exactly.
I mean, that's two. Liverpool has 2 more points than we did last season, and we were in first after 10 games.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Manchester City have 23 points. They had 24 or 20. At this stage, they had 24. They were behind you at game week 10 or ahead of you. I don't know. But again, behind Spurs.
So did Arne Slot just because Postecoglou had the best start of any Premier League manager last season? So I mean, Arne Slot passed him
as a new manager. You mean as a new manager?
Yeah. New manager in the league.
Yeah, he's got more points. Yeah.
Arne Slot now has more points. So yes,
25.
Yeah. But I just think it's like, yeah, you've got 18 points, but at the start of the season, it was all like, yeah, but we've got this rock solid defense, and you've conceded just the same amount of Chelsea, or one more than Spurs, or something like that. And it was like that's what you were building on, and you're playing this type of football, but you're still conceding goals. That's a major problem. You're playing defensive football, but you're still conceding goals. That is huge.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that people don't understand this season. Different for Spurs. Their defense has not been conceding that same amount of chances they conceded last season.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a kicker to this.
I checked the stats.
Our back line, yeah. Our back
check the
line.
stats.
Our back line. I know, but what I'm saying is our back line, the full back line, only played 13 games together all of last season. And in those 13 games, it's almost exactly the same goal differential ratio that we've played with this season.
Okay, so maybe that I didn't count that what you just said because I didn't go and check every game. I checked that
the total
the season divided by the total, divided by the numbers. So you're
we
averaging less
conceded 6
chances
against
than
Chelsea
last season.
in that blah blah 11th game of the season or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then we had that whole thing where we were basically playing 4 fullbacks at center back last season. Like the Van der Ven, Romero, Udogie, Porro back line only played 13 games together last season. And in those 13, I think we conceded like 12 goals or something like that. 11. And
That's why you conceded 11 now. And Nafisa's saying, but Mo, if we are good, we'd be flying. Liverpool good form. But you are not good. I don't get your argument. So why is your argument?
This is the if we did, it's the if, isn't it?
If we
did this,
I don't understand this, Nafisa. Nafisa, what is your argument then?
There's no argument.
That you have 18, but I'm going to tell you, Nafisa, what's the thing? Last season, you were so slow, boring, control Arsenal at the beginning of the season, and you had 24 points. Now, you are slow, boring Arsenal with only 18 points. You lost. Okay, Nafisa, you lost 12 points. You know, to get 90 points, someone said, you can only lose another 12 points. Only. There is 28 games left. You can only lose another 12 points to get 90 points. That's it. Am I wrong? It's 114 points a season. So they already lost 12. How many points a season?
Yeah, you're right. 114 points you can play for.
So exactly. So to get 90 points, you can only lose 12. So Nafisa, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, sisters. It's literally just 4 games. You're going to go Anfield away, right?
City away.
City away.
No, they already played City away, people.
City at home.
City at
But
home.
I'm telling you the scenario of the City game. City are going to be leading Arsenal. They're going to play for a draw. Have you ever seen City play for a draw? City will play for a draw.
And all the different draws that they're going to get. Yeah, it's going to be tough, I think, for Arsenal.
I think if they don't win the Chelsea game, I will just stamp and say Arsenal will not win the Premier League.
Because then it would only be 10 points drop.
I didn't think they were going to win the Premier League. I said in the beginning.
Does anyone
just
know
coming
how
into
many
fruition?
Anyone, by the way, anyone that says Arsenal, you had no substance and you had no evidence. You just bent.
How many goals did they? Does anyone know how many goals they conceded this time last year as well? I just want to double check.
Not 11.
I can check the table.
They conceded like what, 26, 27 overall last season or something like that. Right.
I can definitely check the table. Very simple. Last season table.
They conceded 29 overall.
Actually, 10. 8.
8.
You only allowed 8.
Interesting. How many goals did they score this time last season? Huh?
23.
How many they got this season?
17.
11.
17 they have and 11 on them.
So there we go. So there's it.
Why do people say the league is already? Why? People want you to answer this shit. What evidence did you have to claim that Arsenal will not win the league? I don't want feelings. Feelings here.
No. I look at the business that they did in the summer. I don't think that they strengthened. I don't think it's anything different from what we saw last year. I don't think, and I've been saying this, had they taken it seriously, they were really just a couple of signings away from winning the league 2 years in a row. But they just haven't been serious. You buy a striker.
Can I counter that? Can I counter that simply?
Yeah.
But City didn't get stronger, and we saw Gundogan as well not having. Rodri got injured. Arsenal got a new defender, which is a cover for Zinchenko that he didn't have last season. Remember, it was Zinchenko and Kivior. Calafiori is there. Timber is a new signing because he didn't play last season at all. Okay. Who else did they get? Moreno in the midfield, which is a cover, right? So they strengthening. Go ahead, Ziad, if you want to go. It's fine.
Take care, everyone. Like, subscribe, man. Show some love to the channel, man.
But I think that's what Sheik's saying, though, Mo. Because you're right. City for the past 2 summers.
No, but Andrew, they were equal last season. if I repeat this, I know I look like, people think that I look like stupid when I repeat this. Last season, I believe City and Arsenal were so equal to each other, and it's just small circumstances and small details went City's way.
Yeah.
A referee's decision or a lapse of concentration. So I believe they were equal. And that showed the form of Arsenal last season. But I didn't expect Arsenal to slow down that much.
I don't think it's that, though, because we've now passed the City of generally their squad's got weaker. They didn't get a replacement for Alvarez. They brought in
Yes.
They brought in a
and Rodri got injured, and Kevin De Bruyne is still injured.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But
and Kyle Walker has regressed, and Rico Lewis is not the greatest defender.
Just
It's the same.
Arsenal didn't listen. They strengthened an already good defense, right? But they didn't capitalize. They got Marino in, fine, something like that. But what does it really change? But we had it about 10 minutes ago. They didn't upgrade in the attack. They didn't upgrade.
I agree with you, Mo. Like they bought cover.
Hang on, Sheik. We're talking about Mo. We're talking about the season's collapsing. Why? Because Odegaard's been out for a month or two. That shouldn't happen.
No, but I think this is rubbish. You remember when Odegaard was out and they started playing well in the PSG game? Everyone said,
but that's the excuse, right? That's the excuse they say. Odegaard's not been there.
I'm not giving. By the way, I don't give Arsenal excuse. It's not on.
No, they shouldn't. They didn't give anyone
I don't have to sit here and justify it.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit here and justify it. I had no evidence of doubting Arteta until he made me doubt him in the way they played football.
Yeah, you're right. But they didn't. We've been saying, like, we look at.
By the way, same for Chelsea with Pochettino. Pochettino had good history in developing teams, and they gave him Chelsea. He should have developed him. Chelsea fans had no doubt had no reason to doubt Pochettino.
Yeah.
Man United fans got a manager from Ajax that used to be a tactician and a magician. They had no reason to doubt him. That is the thing.
I just look at Mo. I just look at Arsenal squad, right? I see they let go of Emil Smith-Rowe, who, by the way, he's been playing very, very good at Fulham. He's been balling at Fulham. I see them sign someone like Sterling. I see all these players who were available. Tony was available on the final day. Neto was available. You could have tried to sign him. Osimhen, you could have played like a part in that deal. Just no urgency. And that's why I just feel like they weren't serious. Like, you need to be able to bench Saka. You need to get away from the fact that you rely on Saka time and time again. Give him a rest.
It's not only about the bench shake. It's also about the pressure on his shoulder, right?
Right.
It's everything.
The pressure on his shoulder.
If the guy is not, he's like Palmer. If the guy is not performing,
he deserves a rest.
I promise you. Today, Kulusevski stepped up. Son stepped up. Even Brennan Johnson scored. Solanke scored. I'm not comparing them to Arsenal.
Madison,
but I'm saying
what a free kick.
There is another guy, Youngman's son, left foot cross in a very dangerous area. Brennan Johnson and Solanke there. Boom, cross, goal. 1-1. Son is out. Son went out. Richarlison came in. Kulusevski stepping up. Solanke, goal. And by the way, it's not easy to play Aston Villa. It's not. People think it's an easy game. It's not easy. What I mean is that I value the Arsenal team, but without Odegaard, it's all Saka. If he doesn't play, who's stepping up?
And it's
that's what I'm saying. And my biggest thing is, Mo, like one final thing. My biggest thing, Mo, is that by year 5, you should have this figured out. By year 5, after all the money that you've spent, all this adversity that you've been through, you should somewhat have this figured out. And I just feel like it's not that he doesn't have it figured out. He hasn't really tried to either. He hasn't addressed the obvious issues in the squad, which has been attacking depth, just having better attackers.
But they scored abundance of goals last season, people. They scored abundance of goals last season.
That's the thing.
It doesn't. I hate Sheikh. It's the first time I do a show with you. I hate this argument. What did it get you? What does that? That doesn't mean anything. That's not substance. That's not explanation. They scored abundance of goal. He thought that Martinez is going to go back and they're going to be fine offensively. I think the problem, Sheikh, is not that he didn't address it. I think the main problem that we need to speak about, why did you change the way you played in the second half of the season? What changed?
Do you think
even then, go on.
Do you also think though that you'll probably say no. Do you think arrogantly they thought we won't get a serious injury crisis like other clubs because we've not had one last season?
That's what I'm saying.
The squad's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's like we won't get it. And even yesterday, Mo, Saka got booted around that pitch yesterday, and there was a bit in the second half where he didn't get up for about 30 seconds, and you could hear the
Saka?
Arsenal fans intake of Saka breath. But
Yeah.
what you said is right, Mo. He still created the one of
Clear-cut
two
chance that could have
massive-
gotten the draw. The
Yes.
point could have been there
Exactly.
if Declan Rice
Yes.
had kahunas.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
that chance.
He
And
closed
that's
his
what
eyes.
Saka gives you. That's
Yeah.
what Saka gives you. However, it shouldn't be one chance per game.
Exactly.
Right. 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have a prolific striker
Goal
as
scorer.
well. When you don't have a prolific, you can get away with it if you have a prolific striker who doesn't do anything for 89 minutes and gets you the winner in the 90th minute.
They
don't have
were
that.
bringing off Zinchenko off the bench to get a goal. This is
Bro,
what I'm talking about.
I
This is
didn't understand
squad.
the subs of Arteta. I had no idea. What the
It's
fuck
just
are
'cause
you
that's
doing,
what,
bro?
because that's what they have. That's just what it is. That's just the squad that he has to deal with at this moment because they haven't strengthened. Look at who they have to bring on. And they're in a title race, you know.
Two teams, two fan bases that slandered me all summer when I criticized them, especially in the last day. Liverpool fans, and Liverpool fans know that what I'm talking about, and Arsenal fans. When I said Raheem Sterling signing, people don't understand. People analyze the signings in isolation.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, one of the people that spoke about this is Will. Will said, I don't analyze signings individually. I analyze it. Archie Gray individually is a very good signing. If you analyze Archie Gray individually, fantastic signing for Spurs. Good for the future. Leeds were upset that they lost him. Great signing.
Yeah.
If you go Timo Werner in isolation, doesn't cost them a lot. It's free. But if that's if that's the signing that you're getting, and instead of getting someone else, I'm gonna criticize the signing. Chiesa for Liverpool. I went on a rant about Chiesa. I said Liverpool need a forward, need a striker. No, analyze him. It's only 10 million. I said you don't understand the logic. He's taken away from another signing that could have happened. You should ask for. Raheem Sterling is an opportunistic signing at the end, right? You should have been negotiating for a better forward. And don't tell me there are no better forwards out there.
Yeah, it was a
Allah,
panic.
I'm gonna put out a name for the people who are Arsenal fans. It's a free name that you could have had. Give 2 years contract, very cheap signing. Inter signed Mahdi Taremi on a free from Porto in January. He's on the bench. Doesn't cost a penny. Sign the guy. When you're losing, bring him off the bench as a second striker to Havertz. Whip balls in, he might score.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
Inter gave him 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
2 years contract, bro. Do you know how much he's making?
What, 20?
Half. Bro,
Really?
these people in Italy make 3 million euros a year, bro.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's
There
what I'm
are
saying.
free signings. There are free signings out there. That's what I'm saying. When I slandered the Sterling, Raheem the Dream, Mo, you're a hater. I am not a hater. If Raheem is your 7th forward, that's fine. Otherwise, it's different.
Remember what he said when he signed?
Let me read the super chat. I'm going to end the show now, Sheik, if that's okay.
Yeah. No worries.
Remember what he said when he signed for Arsenal, Mo? What Sterling said? You've not. I'm paraphrasing. You've not seen the best of me, or the best is yet to come, or something like that.
Yeah, bro. Give me a break. Guys, can we get to 200 likes for only 12 likes? Mo, we are seeing the goals for Arsenal. Apart from Saka, where are you seeing the goals for Arsenal? How are they going to win the league? I kept asking this. Do you know what? Don't let me. Anyway, let me talk, bro. If I talk, I'm in big trouble, bro. I'm in big trouble, bro. If it's not Saka, my man, Arsenal might not score. If it's not Saka. Yes, Havertz can get you a goal here and there, but he's not consistent.
So it's
he cannot be the guy.
Saka's their best. Yeah, their best attacker.
My guy Deng is saying, stop talking about Arsenal winning the league. There are 6 points Arsenal will drop, guaranteed. Man United will beat them home and away. That's not going to happen.
Ooh.
It's absolutely not going to happen, my guy. That's definitely not going to happen. Guys, hit that like button. 6 likes away. Nafisa saying, I think Odi is our most important player. Saka. I think Saka. If Saka's out and Odegaard is back, there is no goals.
No goals.
No
Not even
goals.
chances.
Saka.
Not even clear chances either, I don't think. If Saka's in and Loader goes out, not even real clear-cut chances. Because they all come out from wide. They all come out from wide. Yeah.
Saka. I'm going to say this. Nafisa's saying, so what's the convo when we win at Chelsea? It depends how you play.
Then you're still in it. You're still like, you're only going to be like what? Instead of 10 points or 9 points off, you're going to be...
There might be 7 still.
Yeah, 7.
Nisa, I want consistency. Where's the word if in your super chats like the other super chats? If. You should have said if we win, not when we win.
Nafisa, if you win against Chelsea, conversation changed. However, I'm going to tell you something, Nafisa. You should be going to the bridge aiming for the win.
You should.
That's the thing.
If we beat you next week, Nafisa, oh my God. Oh my
Nafisa,
God.
be here next week, Sunday.
Oh,
Arsenal missing set piece goals this season. They scored only 2 of set pieces. They've been figured
in the
out.
league, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 in the league only. So we'll see how it goes. Blaze is saying, but Mo Sa told us about Sterling training clips.
Hang on a minute. We said the same when we had Werner in the training. Oh, he's doing really well in training.
Blaze, you're doing the same about Jadon Sancho. Blaze, every fan base, they do the same.
I'm sure João Felix is great in training as well, Mo, right?
Absolutely. Give us the win, you Arsenal. But listen, people, Nafisa, thank you. We will beat you, inshallah. Listen, at this point, I am back in Liverpool to win the league, to be honest. Until you start beating other teams, Nafisa. I can't back a team that is 7 points behind after 10 games. I just can't do it. I'll be a hypocrite.
If we beat them, they could go 10. If we beat them on Sunday, they could go 10 points.
Nafisa, I'm very sorry. You know, people say you backed Arsenal. I backed Arsenal until I can't. I just can't.
Is this a North London thing now, Mo? Is this North?
Bro, I just can't. Anyway, listen. Big up everybody that is here. Before we go, a big shout out to our sponsor today, Proton VPN, guys. Scan the QR code in front of you. I have Proton VPN, guys. I access Peacock. I access my streams from anywhere around in the world, right? You can absolutely sign up for Peacock in America. Peacock Premium for literally less than $5 a month, $50 a year. You can get Peacock. You can access all the games of the Premier League, also beIN Sports in the Middle East. It's much cheaper than UK. And also you protect yourself. But you protect yourself, you protect your bank accounts, you protect everything by having a VPN. I genuinely have a VPN connected to my laptop actually at the current moment. That's how I do my streams. Big up, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate Sheikh for the first time. Will is here. Great win, Will, today. Congratulations. Cam was here. Ziad is here. Surfer is here. Tomorrow, guys, everyone, 2 p.m. UK time, the National League, where Rory, Nobbins, and Tom will answer for their crimes when they said easy win for Arsenal against Newcastle. Thank you for everyone super chatted the channel. Appreciate you guys massively. Love you. And we'll leave you guys. We're out of... Is anybody live to redirect to? I don't think so. Jacob, maybe? Jacob live? Jamie Phillips. I can redirect to Jamie Phillips. He's a friend of the channel. See? Sorry. Guys, Jamie Phillips talking about Liverpool. He is live. I can redirect Jamie or Flawless. Maybe Jamie. Now, Jamie's about to end. Flawless is going to stay. Flawless right there. We'll see you guys soon. We are out of here, people.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, yeah.